So good evening and welcome back to Joe Martin Field, home of the Bellingham Bells. We've got a three-game series here for you in Bellingham between your Bells and the visiting Edmonton Riverhawks. The final three games of the regular season, and your Bells, man, hot as ever, running into this game after a sweep over the back-to-back Marion Berries and Victoria Harbor Cats to carry 8 straight victories into tonight's 6:35 contest. The Bells 34-17 entering tonight against the 27-24 Edmonton Riverhawks. I'm Zen Hill. Welcome to the Bells YouTube channel or the Bellingham Bells Mixer, wherever you're listening from. We thank you for joining us on this Monday night in the West Coast League. Right now, the playoff picture in the North Division looks like two teams locked up, Wenatchee and Bellingham. They're good to go. That's the 1 and the 2 seed. Locked up, no doubts about it. Those two teams are going to be in the playoffs. But from there, it's Edmonton, Nanaimo, Kelowna, Victoria, all still in the mix for the final 2 spots. There's going to be 2 teams left out. 2 of them can get in of the 4 that are in the race right now. Sitting in the best position is the Nanaimo Night Owls. That's because they're one game up over Edmonton and Kelowna. The Night Owls at 28-23. The Edmonton Riverhawks and Kelowna Falcons right now 27-24. The Victoria Harbor Cats 26-25. When it comes to the Riverhawks and their tiebreakers that they hold entering the playoffs, they beat Kelowna in their season series 4-2. So the Riverhawks right now say if the playoffs were to be starting tonight before this game, the Riverhawks are in the playoffs because they have the tiebreaker over the Kelowna Falcons. They would be the 4 seed, meaning that Edmonton would have to travel to Wenatchee for that 3-game series, although they would host the Apple Sox in Game 1 of the opening round. Either way, that would be the matchup, and Bellingham would be facing off against Nanaimo with Kelowna and Victoria on the outside looking in. But a lot can change, right? You have these final 3 games for everyone. The Kelowna Falcons have the best matchup, you could say, because they're playing the Port Angeles Lefties, who have just 11 wins on the whole season. If Kelowna gets a sweep over there, they're looking really good at a playoff spot, even though they are right now out of the playoffs. If they can get 3 wins, even 2, it puts them in a pretty good situation. The Victoria Harbor Cats, they've got a tough try because they're facing the Wenatchee Apple Sox for 3 games. We just swept the Harbor Cats here at home. That did them no favors, and now they've got to take on the top team in the North Division to try and earn a playoff spot. As far as the Nanaimo Night Owls, the Night Owls are facing the Kamloops North Paws, another team that's, out of the playoffs looking in. 21 wins for them on the year, so not as soft of a matchup as Port Angeles maybe for Nanaimo. And then it's the Edmonton Riverhawks here in Bellingham. Basically, for the Riverhawks, just win these games and you're in. Bellingham, of course, they don't really have anything to play for. We've already clinched a playoff spot. We've already clinched a 2 seed. We've already clinched the fact that if we were to advance to the West Coast League Championship game, it would be hosted here in Bellingham because our 34 wins are more than any South Division teams. The Walla Walla Sweets and Ridgefield Raptors both have 30 wins, meaning that even if they won their next 3 games, they would still have a lower winning percentage than Bellingham at the end of the year. So that means the West Coast League Championship could theoretically be hosted here. There's not much to play for in this 3-game series for Bellingham except for pride, except for maybe extending this winning streak into the playoffs. And maybe if we want to play spoiler against the Riverhawks, and maybe that's the mindset of the team going into tonight. Hey, let's knock these guys out. Let's take them out of the playoffs. We don't want to have to travel to Edmonton if they end up being the matchup that we have as the 3 seed. So why not knock them out here? Take care of business. Send them out. Kelowna in or Victoria in, whoever it shapes up to be. But a lot can change over these next 3 days. The Riverhawks are going to be trying to get into the postseason. 3 games to do it. Let's look at your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. The Edmonton Riverhawks coming to town. Their leadoff man is the shortstop out of Monterey Peninsula College. A commitment, though, for him to Sacramento State. It's Jackson Fox. Justin Heffler is the second batter in the order for the Riverhawks. A commit of U of San Diego coming from Grossmont College. He'll start in center field. Mitchell Middlemiss is in right field, most recently playing with the University of British Columbia. Jason Green out of Niagara University is going to catch and clean up. Omar Gonzalez from Cal State LA is the starting first baseman. Easton Andrews from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff will do the DHing in the 6th spot with Dylan Chop in left field out of Trinidad State Junior College. Devin Simonton, a U of San Diego commit, will be the starting second baseman, batting 8th, and then Aiden Munoz on the hot corner from Simpson University follows him. Jack Becker, the left-hander from UC Riverside, throws against the Bellingham Bells starting lineup, which is led off by the Stanford second baseman, Rashad Hayes. Bo Schinkel out of Gonzaga bats second in center field. Noah Cassie at first base out of the Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Bats third for Bellingham. In the cleanup spot is Nate Johnson from Tulane. He'll start at third. Matt Churchill is DHing from the University of Puget Sound. Ramanik Keeb on the start in left. He bats 6th out of Washington. Dylan Moss, the Stanford catcher, bats 7th. The UCLA shortstop Tyler Peschke in the 8th spot. Bryce Johnson from Lewis and Clark State College is in right field. And then the Cal Poly commit Caden Nichols on the bump for Bellingham in game 1 of 3 between the Bellingham Bells and the Edmonton Riverhawks. Riverhawks trying to play for a playoff spot. Bellingham already has that locked up, just having these 3 games to carry their 8-game win streak and potentially some positive momentum into the playoffs. The Bells are on the field. We're just about set for this Monday matchup. Both the Canadian and United States national anthems coming up, and then when we return, it is first pitch here, live from Bellingham.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
So we are just about set for our first pitch here live from Bellingham, Washington. First of 3 games between the Edmonton Riverhawks and your Bellingham Bells. I am Zen Hill, play-by-play man for your Bellingham Bells, closing out the regular season here at home. But the Bells got their playoffs locked up. The Edmonton Riverhawks, not so much. They're playing for a playoff spot here in these next 3 games. Lot on the line for Edmonton if they want to make it to the playoffs for a 3rd straight season. Meanwhile, the Bellingham Bells have locked up their 6th straight playoff berth, and they're set to defend their West Coast League title from last year in the playoffs beginning on August 7th. But we've got baseball in the regular season still for you, and we've got Caden Nichols taking the bump for the Bellingham Bells. A Cal Poly commit throwing here for Bellingham, a left-hander who hasn't seen all too much time with Bellingham so far on the year, but so far through his 4 appearances as a Bellingham Bell, Nichols has tossed 6 innings with a 6 ERA. The left-hander yet to receive a win or a loss. He'll get the start tonight. On the year for Nichols, he has made just 1 start. His most recent pitching appearance was 2 innings of work against the Marion Berries on the 29th. He started that game walking 3, giving up 2 hits for 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts against the Marians. Did not factor in the decision as the Bells went on to win the game 9-7. Nichols will try and get the game started here well against the Edmonton Riverhawks, a team that the Bellingham Bells have already faced earlier this year. That's, of course, because we're in the final 3 games of the regular season. The Bells faced off against the Riverhawks during that long Canada road trip. The Edmonton Riverhawks were not very friendly to the Bells, as most of the Canadian teams weren't on that road trip. The Riverhawks took the Bellingham Bells for all 3 games, sweeping Bellingham. Bells, I think that's the only time we've been swept all year. So Edmonton 3-0 so far against these Bells, and that's good. That's good news for the Edmonton Riverhawks because they're trying to fight for a playoff spot through these next 3 games, and they've already proven that they can beat us before. Now we'll see if they can string together the right guys in the right games here to beat Caden Nichols and the Bellingham Bells. The left-hander done warming up. He's ready to go against these Edmonton Riverhawks as we're about to get started here in Bellingham, Washington for a Monday night matchup here in the West Coast League. 2 North Division teams starting off their final 3 days of regular season baseball. Could be the final 3 days of 2026 baseball for these Riverhawks if they can't get the job done over the next 3 days. Caden Nichols is has to toss his arm sleeve off. The white jerseys can't pair with a dark arm sleeve, so the left-hander has to adjust his outfit. Changes some of the swagger for this left-hander, but try and deliver some of the cool style from the mound in the form of his pitches as he will face off against Jackson Fox, the leadoff shortstop for these Riverhawks, wearing the number 13 on his back. Riverhawks in the navy blue tops, gray bottoms, baby blue numbers on the backs for the Riverhawks as the first pitch of the game is a pitch from Caden Nichols in there for ball 1. Fox coming out of Monterey Peninsula College. He's a Sacramento State commit. Foul tip from Jackson Fox is going to be his first strike. 85-mile-an-hour pitch coming in from the left-hander Caden Nichols. On the season for Fox, 28 games played with Edmonton, a .287 batting average in that time. Makes his 27th start of the year. 1-1 for the left-hander Nichols. Misses high as he goes off speed for ball 2. Caden Nichols making his 5th overall appearance on the mound for Bellingham this summer. 2nd start, just 6 innings of work for him on the year. That outside miss to Jackson Fox makes it a 3-1 count. Close one on the outside pitch miss to the right-handed batter of Edmonton. 3-1 home. Foul ball from Fox and a full count to start off against the very first batter here for the left-hander Caden Nichols. Three balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man Jackson Fox. Caden Nichols comes set. It's payoff pitch here in the top of the first, home, as Fox spoils it with another foul ball. And it remains 3-2. Beautiful night at the ballpark here. A warmer day in the Pacific Northwest, 73 degrees and sunny. Nichols still in a full count against Fox, leadoff man for Edmonton. Left-hander set for another 3-2 pitch. This one, pop foul again by Fox as he continues to draw out the long at-bat here against Bellingham's starter. Caden Nichols' ERA on the year, a solid 6. Carries that into just his 7th inning of work here in the first. 3-2, another foul ball from Fox. He's still alive. Nichols trying to find a way to put away this Edmonton leadoff man. So Fox back in the right-handed batter's box for another 3-2 coming. 3 straight foul balls off the right-handed batter. Another payoff This one hit out to center field for Bo Schinkel. Back as the Gonzaga center fielder makes the first play of the game in the outfield. A fly ball from Fox to sit down the first Riverhawk. But the damage done in just the length of that at bat against the Bellingham starter. 8 total pitches. Fox made him work. And now it'll be Heffler. Heffler, the starting center fielder for the Riverhawks, steps in against Caden Nichols. He'll bat from the right side as well. Swing and a miss from Heffler for strike one. 270 the batting average for him on the year, making his 11th start of the summer for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Heffler coming out of Grossmont College, but he has a commitment to the University of San Diego up next for him as he'll go into Division I baseball, next step of his career. That pitch was in the dirt from Caden Nichols, and it was swung on and missed from the right-handed batter Heffler, so he's down 0-2. See if Nichols can get back on track with a quick 1-2-3 batter faced here. 0-2. Soft tap back to the pitcher Nichols, who will field. The left-hander throws to first where Noah Cassie is covering. That's a second out. So it will be a 3-pitch out gain for Caden Nichols on the bump. Puts 2 down for Mitchell Middlemiss, a familiar face to the West Coast League. His 3rd summer in the WCL, 2nd straight with Edmonton. Most recently playing for the University of British Columbia back in 2025. Looking for a graduate opportunity up next for him. With 2 outs, the first pitch to him with 2 outs, and it's wide. 87-mile-an-hour pitch there from the starter, Caden Nichols. Left-handed pitcher committed to Cal Poly. Coming out of Bear River High School. Just finished up and graduated from class of 2026. Starts off his count against Edmonton's right fielder. 2 balls and no strikes in the top of the first inning. Riverhawks coming off of a series loss against the Kelowna Falcons. Bells coming off of a 3-game sweep of the Victoria Harbor Cats. Swing and miss from Middlemiss, and it is strike one. Middlemiss, the right-handed batting right fielder, in a 2-1 advantage to the lefty Caden Nichols, who deals home. And with 2 outs, a swing and a miss from him at the plate is going to be strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes after a pair of strikes gained for Nichols. Now with 2 outs, the bouncing ball is foul off the left side. Early swing for Middlemiss to keep the count even. Good crowd on hand here on a Monday night in Bellingham. Bell's averaging just around 3,000 fans per game. One of the top attended teams in the league, of course. Edmonton Riverhawks, the most attendance in the entire West Coast League for them, playing in that former AAA ballpark. Continue to just shatter the West Coast League records in attendance every single season as they continue to grow as a team that has only been around since 2020 and has only played in the West Coast League since 2022. Middlemiss swings through strike 3, and Nichols caps off a 1-2-3 first with a punch out, his first of the night, and Bellingham comes up to bat when we return.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Bottom of the first inning in Bellingham, Washington. Game 1 of 3 between the Bells and Riverhawks. A scoreless top half of our first inning here on a Monday evening. And now we take a look at the Edmonton starter. Jack Becker coming in for his 9th appearance on the year. Another lefty as two lefties duel here in this Monday night matchup. And Becker enters, and so far through 13 1/3. Quality stuff for this left-hander. The ERA just a .67 for him. A bit of a smaller sample size, of course, but an ERA like that for the Riverhawks pitcher is all they need here as they enter this 3-game set, need and wins, and it's going to be on their starters to get them through the beginning of the game. Becker, this will be his 3rd start of 9 appearances now. Although he has allowed 10 walks, he's limited batters to just 5 hits. That's a .106 batting average against him, and that's helped keep the run total down to a little bit lower than you would expect. Only 1 earned run against him, but he's gotten a little bit of luck to his side as well because although it is only 1 earned run, he has 9 total runs against him. So with those 8 unearned runs against him, his stats could look a lot different if they didn't result after errors. So Becker will try and deal well here in the start against Bellingham, match the scoreless first potentially of the Bellingham Bells starter, Cade Nichols. Rashad Hayes going to lead off for the Bellingham Bells. Stanford second baseman for tonight. As the infielder will get us started, starting in his 28th game of the year. Hayes has assumed the leadoff spot after the Bells lost Jaden Jackson. Going back home, and Rashad Hayes now looking to deliver, and he swings at the first pitch and sends a fly ball out to center field, back for Heffler, but plenty of room for the center fielder out there of the Riverhawks to nab the first out on just 1 pitch in the bottom of the first. Bo Schinkel out of Gonzaga will bat next. It'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here for Jack Becker. Schinkel entering his senior year with the Bulldogs this fall, and with Bellingham in 21 games, he's provided a great batting average, great speed as well. The type of guy you want near the top of your order, and he bats second here, taking strike 1 against Becker. Schinkel got the night off, or I should say the day off, yesterday in the matchup against the Riverhawks. Bells still took a sweep without him, though. Back in the lineup here as he starts game 1 of 3 against Edmonton. That strike dropped in high against Schinkel. And the breaking pitch getting Becker over twice against Bo Schinkel. Oh, 0-2. Swing and a miss from Schinkel. Drop third strike for the catcher Jack Green to secure on a low throw. It's picked up by Gonzalez at first. And that nabs the first strikeout for the starter Becker. 2 quick outs gained for Edmonton's left-handed starter. Noah Cassidy will try and extend the first, make it a little bit more difficult here on this Edmonton hurler. Cassidy, the all-star this year, enters game number 42 for Bellingham this summer, his 3rd year with the Bells. Cassidy, after being a 10-day guy in 2024, everyday player the last 2 seasons. Game number 42 starts with a swinging strike 1. Cassie missing on that breaking pitch that Becker has relied on early. Cassie entering tonight with a .307 batting average, among the team high in all accounting stats. That comes with just playing a lot of games. Obviously, he racks up a lot of RBI and runs, being in the lineup every day, and he is the team leader in homers. Oh, it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen Cassie leave the yard. Today, the wind not blowing too strong towards home. The American and Canadian flags out in center field. Just a light breeze drifting towards home plate here on a sunny day in Bellingham. 0-2 the count on Cassie. It's a ground ball to the left side. Munoz at third. His throw is low. Gonzalez, though, with another dig at first base to cap off a 1-2-3 frame from Jack Becker. And we got a scoreless first heading us into the second.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Back in Bellingham for the second inning after 1-2-3 frames tossed by both starters. Take another look at the defensive lineup for your Bellingham Bells as they head out back to the field. On the infield, it's third base Nate Johnson. At short, Tyler Peschke. Second base, Rashad Hayes. First base, Noah Cassie. In left field is Ramanik Kebon. Bo Schinkel in center. Bryce Johnson in right, with Dylan Moss doing the catching for the pitcher, Caden Nichols. Nichols had the 1-2-3 first inning with the help of a strikeout to finish off that frame. That means he'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Heart of the order coming up for Edmonton here in the second, as Jason Green will lead things off. Big power slugger coming to the plate here, of course, batting in that cleanup spot. What else would you expect? Green, a returning Edmonton Riverhawks after being an all-star last year, crushing 9 homers with the Edmonton Riverhawks, who, just like the Bellingham Bells, playing a pretty hard ballpark to lift it out of. That former AAA park with a lot larger dimensions than you would expect in a summer collegiate league stadium. Although when it comes to park factor, the Bellingham Bells are the hardest park to hit in. Home runs and score runs in. Study done on that this year. Jason Green doing the leadoff. Lefty on lefty matchup to start the second. And Nichols home with ball one. A miss near the feet of the lefty batting catcher wearing the number 32 for Edmonton. Bellingham in their classic home whites, as Caden Nichols wearing the number 5, displaying those out on the hill, standing tall and trying to get back from the 1-0 here. Green, a bouncing ball foul to the right side. Strike one on him. On the season for Green, this is game number 47 for him. 264 the batting average. The home run total much lower than last year, just 2 bombs. 1-1 to Green. And that's a miss on the 85-mile-an-hour pitch inside. Overall, the slugging a bit down. Just a 377 slug for Jason Green. Has 10 doubles and a triple to go along with his 2 home runs. 2-1 pitch. Up the middle off of Nichols' foot. Barehand grab by Johnson. A throw to first. Just late by a step, as it could have been a pretty unique 1-5-3 play, but instead it'll be an infield single for Jason Green. And the hope is that Caden Nichols is all right, shaking off that right foot. Bounced off the cleat of his. No move from Bellingham's training staff or coaching staff to go check on their guy. The lefty Nichols should be all right. Omar Gonzalez going to face off against him next. Righty batting first baseman for the Riverhawks in this game out of Cal State, LA. Gonzalez batting .265 for the Riverhawks, playing in his 27th game for Edmonton this year. The first strike in on Gonzalez. So Jason Green picks up the first base runner against Nichols to start off the second on the infield hit. He has his leadoff of first as the left-hander comes home. Gonzalez, a one-hopper past Rashad Hayes at second, went down to a knee, and on the short hop he couldn't pick it. That'll be another base hit for the Riverhawks, and now 2 men on to start the second inning. That ball escaping past Hayes in the infield. Not an error, though. It's a base hit for the Riverhawks. And back-to-back singles to start the inning. Bringing up Easton Andrews out of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. He was selected to represent the Riverhawks in the All-Star game this year. Designated hitter will have to get things started for the Riverhawks offensively here with 2 men on. And he's showing bunt, actually. Nichols going to pump fake a throwback to second on a step off. .274 the batting average for Andrews. Does have 31 RBI, which is the team high of current players that are active with Edmonton. But choosing to lay down the bunt, shoots it to Nate Johnson, but it goes foul for strike one. And Andrews will have to run back to the left-handed batter's box if he wants to try and lay down another sacrifice. On 1 count, still on the lefty batting Andrews. See if he lays down another bunt try. Looks like he's going to do it. Pops it up, though. And now Johnson from third has the out. A failed bunt try from Andrews. And the Riverhawks trying to play small early in the game. It gets bit for the first out. And now 2 men will be on. Still at first and second with 1 out down. And now a double play could get Bellingham out of the inning. Dylan Chop is next up for Edmonton. The left fielder swings and misses as he takes a chop at the first one low for strike one. Chop has seen just 11 at-bats so far for the Riverhawks. Only 1 hit in that time. Game number 7 played here for him. Another move back to second from Caden Nichols, and just a lazy throw back to Rashad Hayes at second base. Keeping the runner Green back at the bag. Green at second, Gonzalez at first after their hits to begin the inning. Oh, 1 pitch home from Nichols. Swing and a miss again on Chop. He's got 4 strikeouts and 11 at-bats with Edmonton so far in the year. Noah Cassie is coming in, and he's asking Dylan Moss to maybe come out as well. Moss did not go out. Just interested what Cassie maybe had to say. Either way, it's still 0-2 on Chop. And the 1-out pitch is lofted foul. It'll get out of play. Left side of the field bleachers here that are filled up with Bellinghamsters. Lots of fans flooding the grass hill as well out in deep left field, just past the foul pole. And now Dylan Moss is out to talk with Caden Nichols. So he didn't initially go when Cassie had gone. But now Moss is having a conversation with Caden Nichols. It's a pair of mound visits used here in the first inning for the Bells. Oh, 0-2 on Chop after the foul ball with 1 out. It's taken low. Moss with a block to keep the runners at first and second. Collegiate baseball rules allow a team to a maximum of 6 mound visits, also known as defensive conferences. That one in the dirt and past Moss. Now the runners are going to take off as the catcher trots to it, and off the passed ball, runners will go to second and third. Two balls and 2 strikes, the 2 in scoring position now for Edmonton. That is called strike 3 against Chop. Did not like it as the low fastball gets him for a strike 3 in the second out. Devin Simonton next up, the University of San Diego commit. 9 RBI on 10 hits for him as a Riverhawk in 25 games. The average, though, just 175 10 hits and 57 at-bats for this right-handed batter, starting at second base for the Riverhawks in the game. Strike one in on him, gets Nichols started, who's now an out away from stranding those leadoff hits. Hit out to left field. Back is Keybon. Step in front of the warning track to make the catch in right field and strand the two base runners. Nichols gets 3 straight outs to leave 2 on for Edmonton and head us to the bottom of the second.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Riverhawks with some traffic in the top of the second, but it didn't matter. Still a scoreless ball game as we head into the bottom of 2 here. And taking another glance at the defensive lineup for the Edmonton Riverhawks. In the infield, it is at third base, Aiden Munoz. At short, Jackson Fox. Devin Simonton at second. With Omar Gonzalez at first base. In left field is Dylan Chop. Out in center, Justin Heffler. In right field, Mitchell Middlemiss with Jason Green catching for the starter, and left-handed pitcher Jack Becker, who threw a 1-2-3 first inning that featured 1 strikeout. So he'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters of Bellingham's offense. Nate Johnson will be the leadoff man for your Bells. Bellingham's third baseman out of Tulane will make his 32nd appearance in a Bellingham Bells game this summer. Came on a couple weeks into the season. Since then, just about an everyday player for your Bells. Not a lot of times on the bench for him. He can play both third and first base. Seen him DH every once in a while as well, as Johnson bats here as the leadoff man in the bottom of the second. Low strike 1 against Johnson gets Jack Becker ahead of his first batter faced in the second frame. 261 the batting average, resting right now for Nate Johnson. 0-1, he sends it out to center field, but back is Heffler looking up into the Bellingham sky. He'll watch the ball fall down into the glove in his left hand for the first out in the second. Matt Churchill is the starting DH for this game. So he'll get his first action in tonight's Monday contest against the Riverhawks with his at-bat here against Becker, coming off of a productive day against Victoria. He missed 2 home runs in that game by just a couple of feet. Foul ball homer in one of his at-bats. Then on a single of his that he hit off the top of the wall, if he'd got just a little bit more loft under it, we're talking about another homer for Matt Churchill. So he shatters the bat on a first pitch swinging. I think that bat was broken before he even took it to home plate to try and swing it to start the game. And beast the bat came off. It's still on the field just off the left side. Looks like a Riverhawk is going to come out and pick things up. So a little good Samaritan there. Luke Kroll cleaning things up for Edmonton. Nat Churchill's got a new piece of wood in his hands. The Puget Sound DH will be back up after the 0-1 start to his at-bat. Churchill did collect 3 RBI in the win on Sunday over Victoria. Doubled and had a hit as well as a sacrifice fly. Now in game number 42 for him. Takes the 0-1 for strike 2. 318 the batting average. Churchill, the team leader in RBI right now for your Bells. He has done it all. Wasn't an all-star, but has been one of the best hitters on the team. And among the active players, you could say he's our best slugger. Churchill taking ball one low from the left-hander Becker, missed on 84. Below the zone to the 6'5" Matt Churchill. Ball and 2 strikes to Churchill. Breaking pitch a miss outside. Evens up the count for the right-handed batter of Bellingham. After Nate Johnson's fly out to center field, Matt Churchill in the even 2-2 count with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Scoreless here in Bellingham. 2-2. Churchill under it and up in the infield air. Munoz, the third baseman, calling things off and putting away the second out in the frame. And the pop up to the infield. Ramonic Keybon next up for Bellingham, a University of Washington commit. Batting 6th in the order today for Bellingham. He plays in game number 16, the batting average of .265. One of the 2 returning Bellingham Bells on offense. Him and Noah Cassie, the only members of the West Coast League Championship team on the offensive side of things. The only man out of the bullpen from last season's team, Cal Young, left-hander from the University of British Columbia. Keybon jammed and popped up to the opposite field. In shallow left, it's the shortstop Fox arranging to grab the third out. And 6 straight retired for Jack Becker to send us into the third, scoreless.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Mar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Third inning of West Coast League Baseball here at Joe Martin Field. So far scoreless through our first 2. I'm Zen Hill. This is the Bellingham Bells YouTube channel that you're watching live from wherever you're at. Thanks for tuning in for another night of baseball here in the Pacific Northwest. Looking for some offense here. Caden Nichols and the Bells pitching, trying to shut things down, though, and shut things down in the second inning after giving up the first 2 hits to start the inning. This is a grounder to Cassie. The throw a little bit wide, but Nichols stretched and got to it. Athletic play by the pitcher to get to that wayward throw from Cassie, and that'll be the first out in the third on just 1 pitch. Riverhawks had 2 hits to lead off the second. Both those base runners left, though, in the scoring position to keep us at 0s. So far, the Bells without a base runner against Edmonton's starter. As we enter the third with 1 out, back to the top of the order, it is Fox. The shortstop flew out to center field in his first at-bat. 360 the batting average for Fox this collegiate year at Monterey Peninsula College. Low pitch for ball 1 to him. Fox a total of 29 games in his sophomore year, racking up 27 runs and 15 RBI with 11 steals. He had 11 doubles and 3 home runs for Monterey Peninsula. It's fouled back from him for strike 1. Even 1-1 count with Caden Nichols set. 1-out pitch home. Swing and a miss from Fox on the high fastball. Monterey Peninsula College, just a 24-18 record. Did go over 500 in their Coast South Conference. 11-9. Now as part of the California Collegiate Junior College Conferences, organized in the Coast South Division, I should say. As Fox ropes this out to left, headed to the corner, and on 2 hops, it'll bounce up against the wall. Fox easily in with a stand-up double to left field for the 3rd hit off of Nichols for the Edmonton Riverhawks. And now with 1 out, the visitors have a man in scoring position. The 1-out double puts Fox at second for Justin Heffler. Center fielder grounded out back to the pitcher. His first at-bat. Heffler out of Grossmont College, where this season hit .426 in 43 games. Makes sense why he's headed to U of San Diego. 52 RBI, 62 runs for him in that time. Also recorded 22 steals with 12 home runs for the 5'11" outfielder. Ball 1 on Heffler. Miss wide from Caden Nichols. Heffler returning to Division I baseball. Started his career at St. Mary's College of California when he came out of St. Augustine High School in San Diego. Now he's headed back to his hometown, D1, as he hits it right back up the middle off of Nichols and into center field. Runner going to come in to score, but the big concern here is Caden Nichols, if he's all right. That'll shock you. Heartbeat probably going wild right now for Nichols. The comebacker at 96 miles an hour right back up the middle. Think it went off the glove of Nichols, but it is an RBI hit for Heffler to put the Riverhawks on the scoreboard with their first run in following the double from Fox, and now the RBI knock for Heffler. It's 1-0 Edmonton in the top of the 3rd with 1 out. Mitchell Middlemiss steps up with a man at first. Mentioned the 22 steals for Heffler collegiately, although it is the left-hander on the mound. Nichols will throw over to just keep him honest. One-out pitch, flown to shallow center. Schinkel hustling in. He'll have the second out and keeping Heffler at first base, retiring Middlemiss on Schinkel's second putout of the night. There's 2 down in the top of the 3rd. Jason Green will step up next after leading off the second with a single. Green, a .254 batting average with Niagara this past collegiate summer in the spring. 48 games played for the catcher. Hitting 7 bombs with 38 RBI, 20 runs scored. First pitch, he's going to be popped up. Similar spot to where Schinkel just made a catch to retire Middlemiss. It'll be Tyler Peschke in shallow center putting away Green. But the Riverhawks do get their first run of the game off of Caden Nichols. The RBI single from Justin Heffler makes it 1-0 entering the bottom of the 3rd.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Bellingham.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Bottom of the third inning now here in Bellingham as the Edmonton Riverhawks have pulled ahead for the game's first lead. 1-0 following the double from Jackson Fox and the RBI knock from Justin Heffler to get the Riverhawks on the scoreboard first and establish a 1-0 lead for Jack Becker. And so far, Becker mowing down the Bells. 6 straight retired to begin his outing. He'll start off the bottom of the third against Dylan Moss as the bottom 3 order hitters for Bellingham come up. The 7-spot hitter Dylan Moss, number 8 Tyler Peschke, and then bottom of the order Bryce Johnson due up here in the bottom of the third. Bellingham now chasing one early run, tagged in for the Riverhawks. Dylan Moss taking strike 1 to begin the bottom of the first. Moss on the season, headed to Stanford, stopping in Bellingham for the summer first, though, coming out of IMG Academy. .303 the batting average for him on the year through 37 games. Foul tip gets him down 0-2. The up and in fastball, the catcher couldn't get to. 17 strikeouts at the plate for Moss on the season. One strikeout for Becker so far in his start. That came back in the first against Bo Schinkel, the left-hander. Moss, bouncing ball. Can't be picked by Munoz at third, and Moss will reach on the error. So the Riverhawks committing an early error to start off the third inning, and now Bellingham has the chance to get back that one run. Munoz couldn't make the play there on the backhand at third base. Tyler Peschke next up. The first pitch into the right-handed batter headed to UCLA for the upcoming collegiate season is a miss for ball 1. Tying run aboard to start the third after the Riverhawks got one across top half of this inning. Tyler Peschke batting 26 RBI on the year for him in 45 games. Most games played out of any Bellingham Bell on the current roster. Really got things going towards the end of July. Peschke did on offense. Batting average midway through the season was below the Mendoza line, but the hot streak has him up at a .257 as the shortstop bats in a 2-0 count. Strike 1 on Peschke is the low fastball from Jack Becker. Doesn't blow you away with his velocity. So far has made it work for 2 scoreless innings. Base runner on via the error. Swing and a miss from Peschke for strike 2. Would be pretty characteristic, though, for Becker to allow an unearned run. Mentioned at the head of the broadcast, the starting pitcher has given up 9 runs on the year in 13 innings, but only one of them is earned. He's given up 8 unearned runs, meaning the ERA for him is just a .67. 2-2 on Peschke. Flown to right for middle miss. That'll be the first out in the third on an easy play, retiring Peschke. Bryce Johnson coming up next for Bellingham. Slid into the lineup in the Victoria Series for the final 2 games and hit in both of them. So Bryce Johnson will enter game number 40 for him in Bellingham this summer with a .292 batting average, following his second to last year at Lewis and Clark State College. Johnson enters his final year of eligibility. Pickoff throw to first base where Dylan Moss is at. Did not get him. Moss has 6 steals on the year, has been caught twice. Bryce Johnson sees the first pitch missing low. Bottom of the order hitter facing Jack Becker. Another pickoff throw. Becker trying to be sneaky there. Was looking down at his glove as he threw it over to the first baseman Gonzalez covering. Dylan Moss will get his short lead off of first base. Left side bouncing ball, gloved by Fox on a dive to the shortstop, but it stays in the infield. No play to first. That is the game's first hit for Bellingham off of Jack Becker. And it comes in the third with one out to put runners at first and second. Good job by Fox to keep that in the infield, although I think even if it gets to left, it's the same result. A base hit with runners at first and second, that is. And now to the top of the order in Rashad Hayes. Rashad Hayes flew out to center field in his first at-bat, trying to add to his 18 RBI now with a man in scoring position. Tying in go-ahead runs on base for Bellingham's second baseman. Pitch 1 to Hayes is ball 1. Jack Becker pitched a .819 ERA in 29 2/3 innings with UC Riverside this year. He made just 2 starts for UC Riverside. Coming out of the bullpen for the Highlanders 24 times. This is the start here tonight for the Riverhawks, featuring 2 scoreless frames, but now Bellingham with some traffic. Hayes, though, going around for strike 1 on that pitch that was low and away. And check swing will be strike 1. A lot of reps for Hayes on the summer after just getting 14 at-bats for Stanford this year. He'll head into his sophomore campaign hot and ready to go after being in Bellingham here for the last 27 games that he has played in, and more to come. Hayes out to left field, dropping in on a one-hopper to Chop. Moss will hold up at third, and the Bells load him up here in the third inning with just 1 out. On that single from Rashad Hayes, the bases are now loaded for Bo Schinkel. Bo Schinkel struck out, the only K that Jack Becker has. Strikeout here, a good result, or a double play. Schinkel get this into the outfield. He ties the game. He'll bat with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Bells trailing 1-0. Bases loaded for Bo Schinkel. First pitch swinging on a line to the second baseman, gloved, and the runners all heads up to get back to their bag, but it is the second out on a liner to Simonton at second. That a big out gained on just 1 pitch against a tough hitter like Schinkel. So Noah Cassie will try and do the cleaning up. Cassie grounded out to third in his first at-bat. Had just 53 at-bats with the Islanders this collegiate year, his first year in Division I, after 2 years at Mineral Area Junior College. 2 outs into Cassie, a low strike 1. Cassie trying to add to the 28 RBI he has for Bellingham this year. With the bases loaded, tying run at third, go-ahead run at second early in the bottom of the third inning with 2 outs. Oh, 0-1 coming in on Cassie. He waits on it for ball 1. Jason Green needs time. Looks like the catcher caught a piece of potentially that ball in the dirt. Maybe something that hurt him. It's a dangerous spot to be. Lost Jake Lyle behind the plate earlier this year, getting clipped on a foul ball. Out with an injury for the rest of the season. This one, Jason Green, a big part of the Edmonton offense. Just needing some time. Right now holding the right knee as he leans over. He's feeling his nose to see if he had any blood coming out of it. Now the trainer will come out. Looks like it's something going on with the mouth or jaw that Green's dealing with. Trainer Kylie Anderson out there doing the hard work to make sure this catcher's all right. Toughest position to play in baseball, the catcher. You're involved in all the bad action. Baseball, for the most part, pretty non-contact sport when you think about it. There's not a lot of plays where you have people running into each other. The catcher, though, you got the bat swinging super fast right next to you. You got a fastball coming in on you. You got to block it. You got to put your body on the line. It's a tough job, and Jason Green staying in the game as we resume the bases loaded situation with 2 outs on Noah Cassie. That high and away miss is the second ball, so now 2-1 on Cassie. An error on Dylan Moss's grounder by the third baseman Munoz started the inning. 2 singles from Bryce Johnson and Rashad Hayes have filled the bases behind him to load him up for Noah Cassie with 2 outs. 1-0 the Edmonton lead, scored in the top half of this inning. Now at 2-1 coming to Cassie. Swing and a miss for strike 2. One strikeout for the starter, Jack Becker. He tries to strand the 3 base runners for Bellingham in the inning. Becker set. The stretch in the 2-2 home to Cassie. Hit out to left over the shortstop's head and down for a base knock. Johnson trying for a home, tries to slide around the tag, but he is tagged out. 1 run in for the Bells to notch the game at a 1-1 tie. The putout from the left fielder Chop gets the 3rd out, getting the Riverhawks out of the 3rd with a 1-1 tie as we enter the 4th.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. We have a 1-1 tie entering the 4th inning between the Bellingham Bells and the visiting Edmonton Riverhawks as Bellingham digs into their bullpen for the first time in tonight's game. Taking over on the mound is going to be Ryder Dingsdale, a familiar face to the Bellingham Bells fans that have been around all year. The freshman from Olympic College was with the team earlier in the summer, has come back here. Bells have needed some pitching depth with some of the guys leaving and heading back to school or home, wherever they're out to. And Dingsdale going to come out here. 5 innings pitched so far for him earlier in the season. This will be his 4th appearance in a Bellingham Bells uniform on the summer. Taking over for Caden Nichols, who goes 3 innings, striking out 2, not walking a batter, allowing 4 hits for 1 run coming in the 3rd. But he exits with a 1-1 tie, so no decision for the starter Nichols. And now it'll be Dingsdale tasked with keeping the game even. Bells have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd. Noah Cassie drove in 1 run on an RBI hit, but a risky send from third base gets Bryce Johnson gunned out at the plate to make it just a 1-run inning. And Dingsdale is greeted here with a deep shot out into left field off of the bat of Gonzalez, and he'll slide into second base with a leadoff double. Hot 97-mile-an-hour hit there for the Edmonton first baseman, and Omar Gonzalez picks up the second double of the game for the Riverhawks, putting a man in scoring position early here against Dingsdale. That's a 5th hit already for the Riverhawks. Now Andrews will bat next. First pitch into Andrews is ball 1 from the right-hander Ryder Dingsdale. This is the second appearance for the right-hander since he returned with Bellingham. 2 innings pitched at Marion on the 29th. 2-0 behind in the count against Andrews, the designated hitter. Dingsdale pitched in part of that 9-7 victory that we talked about with Nichols starting on the 29th. The right-hander set for a 2-0 into Andrews after he popped up to the infielder Nate Johnson on a bunt try. And now inside, he is hit by a pitch. So to fill first base behind the double from Gonzalez on the game's first hit batter. Brings up Dylan Chop. Dingsdale had pitched for the Bells early in the summer on a 10-day contract on May 29th with the matchup in the season opener, and also on the home opener. He tossed 2 innings at Kelowna on the 29th of May, then an inning on the home opener against the Wenatchee Apple Sox on June 2nd. Early traffic for him in his first inning of relief, hunting his first out. This is a bunt laid down by Chop. Cassie, the first baseman, will field and throw to the covering Hayes at first. Perfectly executed sacrifice that time by the Riverhawks. The sacrifice bunt from Chop puts 2 runners into scoring position for Edmonton. That brings up Devin Simonton, who flew out to left in his first at-bat. Simonton, a University of San Diego commit out of Pittsburgh High School in California. They are the Pittsburgh Pirates, but a California team, and this season their baseball squad 17-11 with Simonton on there. They struggled in their league though, just a 1-7 Bay Valley record. Simonton himself rated as the number 44 shortstop in all of California for the 2026 class, headed to USD. Playing second base tonight for the Riverhawks, and a chance to give Edmonton their lead back. 0-2 start to the at-bat as Dingsdale deals in the 88-mile-an-hour fastball pitch for strike 2 on Simonton. Two strikeouts for the starter, Caden Nichols. Dingsdale just with 1 out in relief so far in the sacrifice bunt. Home in an 0-2 pitch, laid off by Simonton for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes on Simonton after the miss from Dingsdale. Runners at second and third for the Riverhawks in a 1-1 tie. Fouled away, and Simonton will see another pitch coming from Dingsdale. The double from Gonzalez to start the inning. Omar Gonzalez at third base, standing as the go-ahead run. Easton Andrews at second behind him, following the sacrifice bunt from Dylan Chop. That got those 2 runners up in a scoring position. Only the force out at first base with 1 out for Bellingham's defense, as a 1-2 home to Simonton is popped back and foul again. Up and out of play. Justin Heffler gave the Riverhawks their early 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Noah Cassie for Bellingham tied it in the top of the third. Noah Cassie tied it in the bottom of the third inning. Now in the fourth, more traffic for Edmonton. Dingsdale missing on a 1-2 pitch wide will be ball 2. to the number 8 hitter in the order, Devin Simonton. Even 2-2 count on the second baseman. Right-handers pitch home with 1 out. Just missed away on the fastball. Low and outside at 88 miles an hour from Dingsdale. Now a full count. Bottom of the order, Aiden Munoz on deck for Edmonton. 1 out, second and third for the Riverhawks. Payoff pitch from Dingsdale. Swing and a miss from Simonton as it's strike 3. Drop third strike as Simonton went to first base, but an easy toss over there for Dylan Moss to gain the inning's second out. Aiden Munoz trying to do damage as the bottom of the order hitter for the Riverhawks. Hit into a ground out to the first baseman in his first at-bat. Came in the 3rd inning when he led off, getting retired as the first out in that frame. Riverhawks went on to score their first run later in that inning. Now can it be Munoz to give the Riverhawks their lead back after Bellingham tied it? First pitch is a breaking ball from the right-hander Dingsdale to the lefty batter Munoz, strike 1. Munoz out of Simpson University. .315 batting average this year, his senior season. Played in 48 games. He did his production through the steals and runs scored category, not necessarily the runs driven in. 31 steals, which was a single season record for his school, breaking the record of 23 before he came to Simpson and shattered that this past year. It was his second year with Simpson, and here with the Riverhawks in the summer, trying to give them a lead in what feels like must-win games for Edmonton for these 3 games. Riverhawks ideally take 2 out of 3 here. Of course, they'd love a sweep. That nearly guarantees them entering a playoff spot. Top of the 4th, they try and retake a lead. Here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss low from Munoz, even 2-2 count. Dingsdale out of the bullpen for the starter, Caden Nichols. Entering here in the 4th, tagged for a double and a hit by pitch against his first 2 batters. Getting deja vu to the 2nd inning when Caden Nichols allowed the first 2 batters to reach. Stranded them at 2nd and 3rd, though. Now the Riverhawks once again, 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. Here's Dingsdale's 2-2. It's in the dirt, bounces away from Moss, and that will be a run scored for the Riverhawks. The check swing was unsuccessful, and the run comes in to score. Moss thought that it was potentially a strikeout, but the wild pitch makes it 2-1 Riverhawks. They retake the lead. Both base runners moved up 90 feet. Gonzalez comes in to score, cashing in the leadoff double. The wild pitch in the dirt also making it a 3-2 count on Munoz. The runner at 3rd for the Riverhawks. The score 2-1 Edmonton in front of Bellingham. Here's the 3-2. Foul ball, and that'll get out of play. Third base side bleachers, Munoz sends it to. So Riverhawks scoring in back-to-back innings now to take a 2-1 lead over Bellingham here on Monday night. Another full count pitch coming home to the lefty batter Munoz. Another foul ball from him to keep things rolling in the at-bats. And now keeping this 4th inning chugging along for the Riverhawks, who still have a runner at 3rd. Following the wild pitch that scored their 2nd run of the game. Gonzalez in. The 3-2. That one taken for ball 4. So it'll be ducks on the pond for the Riverhawks in the fourth with 2 outs, first and third for Edmonton, as the top of the order will come up to bat. And if you're Dingsdale and the Bells, you were hoping that you could avoid a big inning by getting through the bottom of the order here for Dingsdale in his first in relief. But now with the lineup turning over, this is a chance to maybe be a big 2-out rally for the Riverhawks. Fox doubled in his last at-bat in the third. And now the shortstop bats with men at first and third for Edmonton. 2 outs still, runner going on the first pitch. Moss will throw down. It's an awkward throw that was towards the shortstop side of second base. And it'll be a stolen base by Munoz. Fox back in a Riverhawk uniform, played 38 games for Edmonton last summer. Hit .260 with 18 RBI. Looking to drive in some runs here with 2 in a scoring position as Dingsdale misses the high pitch. And Jim Clem is going to come out for the Bellingham Bells, the pitching coach, to talk with Dingsdale and give him a chance to breathe here in his first relief inning. It's already 24 pitches for Dingsdale in relief. 2 outs gained in the fourth, his first of relief following the 3-inning start from Caden Nichols. Dingsdale coming off of 27 2/3 innings pitched with Olympic College this collegiate season. In the spring, he threw 17 relief outings, held a .520 ERA as a true freshman. His first year with Olympic coming from Delta, British Columbia, where he went to Sands Secondary School. Gave up a double and hit by pitch to start the fourth. Gonzalez, who doubled, has already scored. The hit by pitch represented by Andrews at third. The walk against Munoz at second. And Jackson Fox at the plate. In a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Dingsdale back on the rubber. Deals from the first base side where he's standing ready to get into the stretch. He'll reset, though, after getting the sign from Moss and take another moment to breathe following the mound visit from the Bells pitching coach, Jim Clem. Right-handers 1-1 to Fox. Low fastball for for ball 2. That one missed from Dingsdale. 87 miles an hour from the right-hander. Dingsdale set for the 2-1, the stretch and the 2-out pitch. Hit out to left on a line over the leaping Peschke. And another run in to score. Second runner being waved home. Moss applies the tag, but the runner is safe on a bang-bang play at home plate. It's going to be a 2 RBI single for Fox to extend Edmonton's lead to 4-1 in the fourth inning. Not a close play as Keybon rifled in the throw, but just late. As sliding in was Munoz safe. The speed off of second base, hustling in after Andrews scored easily. It's now 4-1. Fox did move up to second base on the throw following his 2 RBI knock. Now Dingsdale dealing to Justin Heffler, who first got the Edmonton Riverhawks on the scoreboard in the third with his RBI hit. 3 more runs in to score for Edmonton to take a 3-run lead here in the fourth against Ryder Dingsdale in relief. Fox picks up his second hit of the game, driving in 2 RBI. That half swing from Heffler is fouled off for strike 1. 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk allowed for Dingsdale in his first inning of relief here in the fourth. 1 strikeout, still 2 outs. 1-1 the count on the center fielder, Heffler. I miss from Heffler for ball 2. The runner at second, Dingsdale home with 2 outs. Foul ball from Heffler is strike 2. Heffler just 4 games played in the California Collegiate League during the 2025 summer. Played with the Orange County Riptide for 4 games. Game number 11 for him with the Riverhawks this summer. In a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Dingsdale home in the top of the 4th, and a breaking ball is a full count. The full count pitch home. Heffler spoils a foul ball. So these two right-handers go to duel once more in another 3-2. Dingsdale sat against Heffler. Runner at second for the Riverhawks. 3 runs in the inning. It's a ground ball to the left side. Peschke gets it on a dive, and it will save a run from scoring, keeping the ball in the infield, but it's another base hit for the Riverhawks coming in the 4th. Going to put runners on the corners. The chance to get out of the inning felt like it was Aiden Munoz, bottom of the order hitter. You walked him. And now you have the top of the order Fox tagging you for the 2 RBI hit. Heffler getting the infield single right there. Now 7 hits already early for Edmonton. And Mitchell Middlemiss, the right fielder, due up here looking for his first knock of the night. 0 of 2 in the game thus far. First and third for Edmonton. See if Heffler maybe takes off to get the free steal. The right-handed batter. The right-handed pitcher dueling off with 2 outs. A pickoff throw from Dingsdale trying to get Heffler, predicting the steal try. Had 22 steals with Grossmont College, so take my odds at the Riverhawks trying to send him into scoring position. Take away the force play at second. Dances off of first as he tries to time up the delivery from Dingsdale. Didn't get the right jump he wanted to take off there that time on the first pitch to Middlemiss. And it is ball 1 high to the right fielder. Breaking pitch inside, back-to-back misses. Dingsdale, through his bookending stints with Bellingham on the summer, he hadn't allowed a run until now. Previously, had only allowed 4 walks and 1 hit through his 5 innings of limited work. He's given up 3 hits, 1 walk and a hit by pitch in just the 4th inning for 3 runs. Middlemiss swinging through the first strike. Gets Dingsdale a step back into the count. Still down 2-1 though, with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. 3 straight have reached against Dingsdale with 2 outs in this inning to help the Edmonton Riverhawks score 3 and lead it 4-1. Middlemiss fouls away strike 2. Even 2-2 count now. Dingsdale with 1 strikeout in his first inning of relief so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he comes set. First and third for the Riverhawks. Runner going on the 2-2. Middlemiss fouls it off, and Heffler will have to go back to first base. Bell's infield wasn't even trying to cover second, so that base will be free for Heffler if he just gets the right jump on it. Doesn't even have to get that good of a jump, it seems like. Bellingham just going to let him take the base. At least that's what it felt like from that last attempt from him. 2-2 pitch. Middleman swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Drop third strike will be the second strikeout for Nichols in the inning, but the damage done for the Riverhawks. 3 runs in. They lead it 4-1 into the bottom of the 4th.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Bottom of the 4th inning now here live from Joe Martin Field. It's the Edmonton Riverhawks leading the Bellingham Bells 4-1 following a 3-run top half of the frame. Nate Johnson will lead off Bellingham's home side of the inning, who now trail by 3 runs after Ryder Dingsdale in relief allows the 3 to score for Edmonton. Bells tied the game in the bottom of the 3rd, and now Nate Johnson starts off the bottom of the 4th with a positive start on offense for him, picking up his first knock as he shoots it through the middle for a leadoff single. Now Matt Churchill will come up as Bellingham tries to answer. Crooked number in the top half of this 4th. Wild pitch scoring Omar Gonzalez after he doubled in the 4th inning. Advanced on a sacrifice bunt and then scored on the wild pitch to start the 3-run top of the 4th, and then Jackson Fox drove in 2 on his RBI knock. It's Matt Churchill starting off his at-bat with strike 1 on a foul ball. Churchill in his first at-bat popped up to the third baseman Munoz. Still the starter Jack Becker out there for the Riverhawks. The left-hander so far, 4 hits allowed. Yet to walk a batter, has 1 strikeout. 1 run against him, but it's an unearned run. Dylan Moss, the runner who scored in the 3rd inning, had reached on an error, so Becker continues his trend of giving up only unearned runs. Churchill has another foul ball to put him down 0-2. The man at first, and no outs in the bottom of the 4th. Churchill headed into a junior campaign with the University of Puget Sound after hitting 13 home runs in 36 games with the Loggers this year. Had 5 home runs in his freshman year across just 71 at-bats. Thought about going low for that one. Instead, it bounces up and away from the catcher Green, and Nate Johnson moves up on the wild pitch. So now a man into scoring position as Bellingham looks to chase down the 3 runs they trail by. Churchill, high out to left on this swing, headed to the corner, and it's out of here. Churchill has done it again. He snuck it out the left field pole, kept it fair, swats it out for a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th inning. So there's your answer from Bellingham after the 3-run top half of the frame. Matt Churchill continues to slug with another home run for the Bellingham Bells. That one traveling 344 feet out of the ballpark as Churchill swats it out of here to make it a 4-3 score. The Bells now come within one. Dominic Keebon is up now with no outs in the fourth, and Bellingham already 2/3 of the way to responding against the 3-run top half of the inning by the Edmonton Riverhawks. Churchill homered twice during the Marion series on the 28th and 29th. Picking up homers. Had a home run here at home against Kelowna. A home run against the Dub C Fish Sticks and against the Cascade Collegiate League back during the non-league games. Hit a home run at Port Angeles. One here at home against the Portland Pickles. On the season, it's eight total home runs for Churchill. 6 of them, though, against league opponents. Now he's tied with Noah Cassie for that team lead when facing league opponents with 6 bombs. As Churchill continues to just slug and slug. Yesterday, the 3 RBI for him against the Harbor Cats. He barely missed 2 homers. Tonight, a 2-run homer for him. As Keebon fouls away the 2-1 pitch. Keebon in his first at-bat popped up into shallow left for Jackson Fox, the shortstop, to put him away. This is a soft bouncer the opposite side from the lefty hitter. Shortstop Fox with a high throw, and Keebon beats it out. I think that's an infield hit. And they do score it as just that. Infield single for Keebon. And now the tying run on base here in the bottom of the fourth. Dylan Moss, after reaching on the error up here, and the first pitch to him from the left-hander Jack Becker is ball 1 high. Churchill's homer off of Jack Becker is the first that the left-hander has allowed so far for the Riverhawks as he throws to first base where Dominic Keebon is at. The 2-run homer making it 4-3. Now Dylan Moss at the plate. He is the go-ahead run for Bellingham. Moss swinging through his first strike. Low miss to Moss, 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike on Bellingham's catcher. Moss clearing the eyes. Right-handed batter at the plate, batting with no outs still in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3 straight reaching against Becker. Moss early on his swing, sending it foul to the Riverhawks side of Joe Martin Field's infield. Visitor dugout on the third base side here at the ballpark. Bellingham's home dugout on the first base side. Even 2-2 count on Dylan Moss. With no outs, he swings through it for the first out. It's a strikeout against Moss. He's down on the K for Becker's second of his start. Tyler Peschke, the shortstop, next up after flying out to right field. Throw to first base where Keebon is still there safely after reaching on the infield single. Swing and a miss from Peschke at the plate, strike 1. Keep on going in the 0-1 pitch low. The throw down to second is not in time, and he slides in safely. So Dominic Keep-on takes his third steal of the summer. Put himself in a scoring position for Tyler Peschke, the shortstop. Here's a 1-1 to Peschke. Foul ball for strike 2. Nate Johnson started this 4th inning with a leadoff single. Matt Churchill sent him home on the 2-run home run out to left field, 344 feet. Dominic Keep-on now standing as the tying run at second base following his infield hit and a steal of second base. 1 out after Moss's strikeout. And Peschke at the plate in a 1-2 count against the left-hander Jack Becker. Here's his 1-out pitch home to Peschke. Swing and a miss from the shortstop, and it's back-to-back Ks for Becker to gain his first 2 outs in the 4th. So after 3 straight reach, 2 straight are retired on strikeouts. The bottom of the order hitter, Bryce Johnson, is next up. After singling in his first at-bat, he could try and tie the game for Bellingham as these two teams go blow for blow. 1 run in the top of the 3rd for the Riverhawks. The Bells matched it. 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning for the Riverhawks. The Bells, 2 runs so far in the bottom of the inning, and 4-3 is your score. 2 outs and a man in scoring position for Bryce Johnson. First pitch, a wide miss into Johnson from the left-hander Becker, who has controlled the strike zone well today. He's still yet to issue a walk against Bellingham. For his 54 pitches, 40 of them are strikes. Two straight misses to Bryce Johnson, though, just like that. Top of the order, and Rashad Hayes on deck. Here's a 2-0 to Bryce. Fouled away, and that'll get to the Diamond Club seats just out right by the Bells bullpen. Two and 1 after the foul ball from the right-handed batting right fielder for Bellingham. Johnson, a high bouncing ball to the shortstop Fox. Low throw. It's dug up, though, by Gonzalez. He has been a vacuum at first, picking it up off the dirt and putting away Bryce Johnson. Bells do get 2 runs back and trail it by 1, 4-3, entering our 5th inning.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Mar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. A new inning brings a new pitcher out onto the hill for the Bellingham Bells as we enter the 5th with a 4-3 deficit for your Bells. It's Adam J. taking over on the bump as the left-hander will throw in relief for Ryder Dingsdale, who only goes the lone inning, the fourth, where he allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 hit by pitch and a walk. Dingsdale did have 2 strikeouts, but Adam J. out of Lower Columbia College will take him out for relief. Jay comes out of the bullpen here for his 7th appearance on the year. So far, pretty good results for the left-hander. A 2.70 ERA in 6 2/3 innings. He's only allowed 2 runs. Biggest issue for this lefty has been the walks. 9 of them allowed in his 6 2/3. Has limited the hits to just 6. He's controlled the base runners with only those 2 runs scoring against him in that time, despite allowing 15 base runners. 16 if you count his hit by pitch as well. He'll have a lefty matchup here to start his 5th against Green, the catcher, who's 1 of 2. As Riverhawks carry a 1-run lead into the 5th inning. Green swinging at the first pitch and just blooping it out into right field. Bryce Johnson, no chance to get to that, as it will just hop up to the right fielder on a crisp 73-mile-an-hour bloop hit off of Jason Green's bat for his 2nd knock of the night. Omar Gonzalez had a big rocket shot for his double in the 4th. He's now 2 of 2 in the game with a run scored. As the first baseman from Cal State LA will bat here in the 5th. Strike 1 in on Gonzalez to start the at-bat for Adam J. Gonzalez hit .293 in 51 games with the Division II Golden Eagles. Crushed 18 home runs, which was a new school record, as he swings through a big chop on strike 2. His clubbing of 18 bombs got him 2nd team All-West Region honors in NCAA Division II. Golden Eagles were just 26 25, though, with an even .500 record in the CCAA. This one low and away from Moss. That one will bounce well away, and Green easily is up to 2nd base off the wild pitch. Ball and 2 strikes with now a man in scoring position for the Riverhawks. There's a swing and a miss from Gonzalez, and Adam J. will have his first out gained on a strikeout in the 5th. Bringing up Easton Andrews, the designated hitter, who failed the bunt in his first at-bat, then was hit by a pitch in his 2nd. He'll look to have some real action now as the left-handed batter steps in, the runner in scoring position. Andrews did not play for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff this year, but most recently at Redlands Community College in 2025, he batted .405 in 51 games, crushing 14 home runs for Redlands. Followed up his freshman year where he had 7 home runs in 52 games, hitting .313. He's the only Edmonton Riverhawk All-Star that's a hitter that's still around here late into August, or late into the West Coast League season as we begin August. These 3 games in Bellingham, the last 3 of the regular season. Edmonton right now, if the playoffs were to start tonight, they would have been in. Right now in the lead and needing some wins to secure their spot in the postseason. This ground ball from Andrews is hit to Rashad Hayes at 2nd base on the 4-3 routine play to nab the 2nd out in the top of the 5th for Bellingham's defense. And Dylan Chop, after laying down a nice sacrifice bunt in the 4th, will get his 3rd plate appearance. Struck out looking in his 1st of the night as the Trinidad State Junior College sophomore bats. This past year, his sophomore season, played in 55 games with Trinidad State. Hit .320 in that time, recording 12 home runs and 13 doubles for a .613 slugging percentage. There's a back pick throw from Dylan Moss. The runner Green easily back, though, who moved up to 3rd base on the ground out from Andrews. So now Edmonton has 90 feet to add to their 4-3 lead that they hold over Bellingham in the top of the fifth. Foul ball from Chop is strike one. One ball, one strike. Chop thought about going, gets a strike called against him though on the low pitch, and now 1-2. Jay with one strikeout of his 2 outs gained here in the fifth after the leadoff single. Looking to put away Chop to pitch a scoreless inning in the fifth. Ground ball to Johnson. Third baseman waited back on it. Now his throw to Cassie on a rope and good for the third out. The base runner left at third for Edmonton, and still 4-3 the lead as we're halfway through tonight's ball game.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Bottom of the fifth inning now in Bellingham as the Edmonton Riverhawks here on the road, needing some wins to get a postseason berth, are in control of a 4-3 lead over the Bellingham Bells. Bottom five, Bells chasing one, got two back in the bottom of the fourth after Edmonton took their 3-run lead with a 3-run top half of the fourth inning. And now here in the bottom of the fifth will be the top of the order to get us started with Rashad Hayes doing the leading off. Hayes, the second baseman, one of two in the game so far tonight. Singled in the third, but was left on base. He'll represent the tying run as Bellingham's trailing one in the bottom of the fifth. As the starter, Jack Becker, remains out there on the mound for the Riverhawks. Surrendered 2 in the fourth on the 2-run homer for Matt Churchill. Now has given up 6 hits. Still no walks for this lefty. He's got 3 strikeouts. Rashad Hayes batting to start off the bottom of the fifth. The home side of the inning starts with ball 1 wide to Hayes. The Bellingham Bells already have the number 2 seed clinched up in the playoffs. We know that we will be hosting the opening round of the playoffs. Games 2 and 3 will be played here at Joe Martin Field after playing game 1 on the road on August 7th against our opponent, which is unknown so far. Don't know who we're going to play. It could be these Riverhawks. We could travel up to Edmonton on that August 7th and then that night fly back and play our games 2 and 3 here at Joe Martin Field. Our playoff game on August 8th, the guaranteed one, starting at 6:35. Tickets on sale at bellstickets.com. The game 3 is an if necessary game 3 in the best of 3 opening round, which will start at 1:35 for the Bells here at home on a Sunday. Right now, the Edmonton Riverhawks are technically in a playoff spot, pending all the results from tonight. The Riverhawks do have the tiebreaker over the Kelowna Falcons. They have the tiebreaker over only the Falcons, though, because they lost the season series against Victoria, so the Harbor Cats have that tiebreaker. And then Edmonton and Nanaimo split their 6 games, so they would be the second tiebreaker to determine that, as Rashad Hayes hits a grounder to Jackson Fox to be retired to start the 5th. The Riverhawks split their 6 games with Nanaimo 3-3, so they would go to the next tiebreaker in the WCL, which I believe is the in-division record. So you would just judge the record for both teams based on winning percentage inside the North Division. And I haven't done the complete math for the Edmonton side of things on how that works with their matchup against Nanaimo. But it does look like the Night Owls could be one of the teams favored to get the potential 3 seed. And, of course, still Edmonton in play for that. Bo Schinkel at the plate with 1 out. Flashed a bunt. Got the third baseman Munoz to charge in a little bit. Now the third baseman will return back to the dirt of the turf infield we have here at the Wiku Diamond. 0-1 from Schinkel is fouled away, and he's down in an 0-2 count. Right now tonight, the Kelowna Falcons leading the Port Angeles Lefties 9-1. Wenatchee leading the Victoria Harbor Cats 3-2. Sorry, the Kelowna game is in the top of the 6th. Wenatchee leading 3-2 over Victoria in the bottom of the 5th. And then Nanaimo losing against Kamloops 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Schinkel the other way out to left, shoots it over the head of Chop, the left fielder. Up against the wall in the corner, and the speedy Schinkel will have a 1-out double for Bellingham's 7th hit of the night. And their first double, second extra base hit off of Jack Becker. Noah Cassie drove in a run in the 3rd. He'll represent the go-ahead run in the 5th. He now bats with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, following the 1-out double from Bo Schinkel. That one a miss to Cassie to begin the at-bat against Bellingham's first baseman, who has popped to his bat. Bit of a homer dry spell, though, for Cassie. Here in Bellingham, had the 3-homer game against the Port Angeles Lefties at home. He even participated in the home run derby during the All-Star game as he was selected. Cassie has not left the yard for the Bells since July 9th. Hitting a homer against Bombat Northwest in that non-league game. So it's technically 7 on the year for him. 6 against league opponents, though. The last league homer for him was on June 28th. Doesn't need a home run to tie the game, though. Instead, that would be to take the lead. He'll look to just get Schinkel moving along towards home, try and tie us at a 4-4 game. Bellingham trailing by 1 against the Riverhawks in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 the count on Noah Cassie. Bouncing ball to the infielder. Fox, the shortstop, gets it on a dive, hops up, and gets the play to first in time. Cassie thought he beat it. And the Bellingham crowd obviously disagreeing as well. It's a close play, but could have gone either way. Looking at it on the quick replay that I have here, it does look like I think he gets beat slightly. I think right before he got the foot down on the base, it was in the glove of Gonzalez. So that'll be the second out. Was a productive out, putting Schinkel at third, but now Nate Johnson will try and drive in a run with 2 outs. As Johnson looks to add to his 1 hit tonight. Single in the 4th, and he scored a run as part of the 2-run homer that Matt Churchill hit in the last frame. Could go for Nate Johnson hitting his first Bells homer right here. 4 of them this year with Tulane. One of them last year during his 5 games in the California Collegiate League. And, well, he won't get a chance to do it. It's a hit by pitch, something that just keeps happening to Nate Johnson. He has been hit 8 times, tied for the most on the team, along with Dylan Moss and Matt Churchill. Have all been hit 8 times as well. Puts runners on the corners for Matt Churchill. The mound visit coming here. It looks like the starter won't get to face Matt Churchill for a third time. After he got him for the 2-run homer, Jack Becker exits the game for the Riverhawks with 2 outs in the 5th.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So the Riverhawks into their bullpen in the bottom of the 5th. The starter, Jack Becker, can't get through 4 2/3 innings, though, for the starter. 7 hits given up, no walks issued, 1 hit by pitch surrender just the batter ago, Nate Johnson, to put runners on first and third. With 3 runs in against the starter, it'll be 2 base runners inherited for Hudson Kozicki, the right-hander out of the University of Mary, who takes over in relief facing Matt Churchill, who hit a 2-run homer in the 4th. And now looking to try and flip the scoreboard in the Bell's favor as they trail it by 1, 4-3, with the Riverhawks now entering their bullpen for the first time tonight. Churchill now up to 6 home runs on the season against league opponents as this bouncing ball gets away. Runner coming home, and in to score is Bo Schinkel on the wild pitch. The game is tied on a wild pitch, and the Riverhawks took advantage of some wild pitches on Bellingham's pitching side to take their 4-3 lead, and now that wild pitch ties us at 4 each. So 2-0 after that miss. Base runner Nate Johnson from first also moved into scoring position. He's at second as the go-ahead run. Here's a 2-0 coming into Churchill. Foul ball for the first strike. Two and one coming home to Churchill. Inside strike called against the Bell's designated hitter. So Schinkel after his double in to score to tie the game in the 5th. The run will score against Becker despite it being off the wild pitch from the relief pitcher Kozicki. Here's a 2-2 coming to Churchill. This one grounded foul to the third base side. Matt Churchill was the Pacific International League's MVP last year. Started off the season extremely hot for Bellingham. I think a bit of a cooler end to June made him miss the All-Star game as as well as being at a premium position catcher. You don't get too many of those into an all-star game. Not as many as getting, you got 3 outfielders on the field at one time. There's only 1 catcher out there. And you got 4 infielders as well. So Churchill, one of the odd men out for the all-star nod, but man, he has been, as of late, the hottest hitter. This one, though, popped up behind home plate. The Edmonton catcher makes the play in foul territory. What a grab by Green as it was hit behind home plate, and Churchill retired to finish our 5th. But the game now tied 4-4 into the 6th.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells! Top of the 6th inning now at Joe Martin Field in this North Division clash between the Bellingham Bells and the Edmonton Riverhawks so far has delivered as a good little game. A 4-4 tie as we enter the 6th. The final 4 frames will decide it as Jamison Connolly takes over in relief for the Bellingham Bells. Freshman out of Olympic College. Teammate of Ryder Dingsdale, who we saw throw the 4th inning. Most recently, though, Adam J., Lower Columbia pitcher, tossed the scoreless 5th inning for Bellingham, featuring 1 strikeout, only allowed a singular hit. The game now tied and reset into the 6th as the 8, 9, and 1 hitters are up for the Riverhawks, starting off with Devin Simonton as the leadoff man in the 6th against the new arm. First pitch from Jamison Connolly is inside for ball 1. This right-hander, a late addition to the Bellingham Bells staff. Connolly has thrown so far 2 innings with Bellingham. So he gets the swing and miss from Simonton for his first strike. And through 2 innings, he's allowed 3 walks and 2 hits for 4 runs. Only 1 strikeout for the right-hander so far. Just his 2nd appearance of the year coming here, and gets strike 2 in on Simonton. One and 2 into Simonton, the leadoff man for Edmonton. Ball 2 missing low from Connolly, the right-hander. His lone appearance came in the 9-7 victory for Bellingham over the Marion Berries. As we said with Caden Nichols, Ryder Dingsdale before, Connolly pitched 2 innings of relief against the Berries. Was the pitcher when the Bells took the lead late in that game. Bells pulling ahead in that game over the Berries with a 3-run 5th inning got Connolly a win, despite going on to allow 2 runs as he tried to pitch into the 7th inning against the Berries during that game. Could not record an out, had to be relieved by Joffrey MacArthur in the 7th. Maybe we'll see MacArthur later through this game as well. First look at Connolly at home. Starts in a 3-2 count to Simonton. This a ground ball to the shortstop, Peschke. His throw to Cassie at first. Starts off the 6th with a 6-3 grounder. And Aiden Munoz coming up for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Munoz with a walk and a ground out for him in the bottom of the order. Stole a base and scored a run in the 4th inning. One out for the bottom of the order hitter to Edmonton. Our game tied at 4 runs each. Trying to bunt for a hit, and that is popped back foul for strike 1. Munoz, before attending Simpson University for the last 2 years, started his collegiate career at Merced College. As a freshman, got just 49 at-bats, playing in 24 games. Batting average rested at just 143 that true freshman year. Second season, knocked it up to 239 through 39 games. Started to find his rhythm on the base path, stealing 14 bags after not swiping one in his freshman year. There's another foul ball from him. 16 steals his first year at Simpson in 2025, batted .229. This past year, his best season with the average north of 300, and as we mentioned the last time, he was up to 31 steals, which is the new school record at Simpson. 0-2 the count on Munoz with 1 out. Sprays away a foul ball against Connolly to stay alive. The 85-mile-an-hour pitch wide. Beckers is able to get his bat out there to keep things going in an 0-2 count. Trying to get on base ahead of the top of the order hitter Jackson Fox on deck. Oh, 2. An inside miss for ball 1. Connolly retiring his first batter on a grounder to Tyler Peschke to begin the 6th inning as the 4th arm to pitch for Bellingham in the game. We had a 3-inning start from Caden Nichols, but since then, the last 2 arms, just 1 inning of relief. See if Connolly is stretched out at all in a 4-4 tie. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Connolly gets the strikeout to garner his 2nd out in the 6th inning. First strikeout in front of the home crowd for him as the Bellingham Bell. Lineup turns over to Jackson Fox with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Fox so far tonight, 2 hits in his 3 trips to the plate. Double and a single with a run and 2 RBI. The shortstop. First pitch from Connolly in for ball 1 on Fox. Fox initially out of Cottonwood High School in Utah. Rated as the number 10 shortstop in the state by perfect game when he exited during the 2024 class. Strike 1 on a swing from Fox. He's headed to Sacramento State. Leapfrog from Monterey Peninsula College up to the Division I program. Following 2 seasons with MPC. This is 2nd season with the Riverhawks, and that a non-competitive ball 2 from Jamison Connolly. 2 balls and a strike from the right-hander. Connolly comes out of Shorewood High School here in Washington State. Was a 2-way player for Olympic College this year in his true freshman season. Pitching 49 2/3 innings and also getting 78 at-bats. This off the inside of the bat, slicing away from Peschke, was able to glove it on a snow cone, and then he rips it across to Cassie and makes it look like nothing ever happened. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th for Jamison Connolly, and the Bells and Riverhawks stay tied, entering the bottom of the 6th.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Bottom of the sixth we go in this North Division clash here on a Monday in the West Coast League. The final 3 days of the West Coast League regular season taking place here in Bellingham between the Riverhawks and Bells. And right now a 4-4 tie between the two teams. Ramanick Keebon will lead off the bottom of the sixth after a scoreless top half tossed from Jamison Connolly in relief. Keebon now tries to spark the rally that puts Bellingham in front after they tied the game in the fifth inning, following Bo Shinkles scoring a wild pitch after he had doubled, moved up to third on a grounder. Now it's Keebon taking ball one low from the right-hander. Kozicki, who's still out there, took over for the final out in the fifth, forcing Matt Churchill to pop up back to the catcher Green. So it's the 6, 7, and 8 hitters up for Bellingham in the sixth. Starting with Keebon on 2 straight misses. The right-hander misses low, then inside to the lefty bat of Keebon. Coming off of a career year with University of Nevada, hitting .342 for Keebon. Strike one now in there on the breaking pitch from the right-hander for the Riverhawks. Was his first year at Nevada, Keebon, after transferring there from Lassen College. Strike two, so now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the wide pitch. Keebon in the PNW after growing up going to Mountain Lake Terrace High School here in Washington State. Returning for his final collegiate season to Washington as he'll play for the Huskies for his final year following 2 seasons at Lassen, 1 at Nevada, and the next one coming at UW. 3-2 the count against him to lead off the sixth. Kozicki with the pitch home. Keebon on the ground, right side, Simonton, the second baseman, scoops and throws to the first baseman, Gonzalez, for the first out in the bottom of the sixth. Dylan Moss next up, reached on an error and scored a run in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth as the incoming Stanford catcher bats with 1 out. Regarded as a top catching prospect for his 2026 class coming out of IMG Academy in Florida. Moss himself actually out of Atherton, California, but able to travel across the country to be part of IMG Academy, raising his baseball game, trying to follow in his brother's footsteps. Dean Moss, a 2025 MLB draft pick to the Tampa Bay Rays, selected 67th overall in 2025. An outfield prospect for Tampa Bay. Moss hits this on a rope on the ground as it scampers into center field. 100 miles an hour off of Moss's bat. He's got crazy exit velo numbers and shows it right there with a triple-digit single. Though it was a rollover, it still was hit extremely well by Moss, and he picks up the 8th hit of the game, notching both these teams at 8 hits apiece. Moss being put at first with 1 out for Tyler Peschke, another guy that hits the ball extremely hard. You can understand why a program like UCLA would want this guy, especially after seeing him hit .400 with Cerritos College this past year. Pair that with the exit velo numbers we've seen with the wood bat here in Bellingham, and Peschke has a chance to be a top prospect down the line going through the Bruins system, which can produce some great infielders. Number 1 overall draft pick, Rock Chalowski, in the 2026 draft coming out of UCLA. You also got Roman Martin, the former Bellingham Bell, being selected in the 4th round of the Oakland Athletics. Came to Bellingham in 2024 and was our premier shortstop. Hit a walk-off grand slam during his career, helped the Bells to the postseason that year. 2024 postseason where Bellingham actually matched up against Edmonton. Bells took down the Riverhawks in 3 games before losing in the North Divisional Championship game. And Bells, of course, last year the 2025 West Coast League champions after taking down the Edmonton Riverhawks in the 2025 North Divisional Championship game. Bells beat the Riverhawks 5-2 up in Edmonton at Remax Field in order to advance to the championship game, where they then took down the Portland Pickles 2-1 in Portland. The Bells had to do it the hard way, not in the opening round. They hosted the opening round, had to play the Apple Sox on the road. They beat the Apple Sox, came here last year, lost Game 2, forcing Game 3, and then that dramatic finish in Game 3 to send Bellingham to that matchup against Edmonton in the second round. Riverhawks back-to-back years have been knocked out by the Bells as Moss takes off. But it is ball 4 on Peschke either way. So on the 3-1 pitch, it won't be a steal, but just the walk to Peschke put runners at first and second. Edmonton last season was 34-20. They were the best team in the North Division. That's why they hosted that North Divisional Championship game. Just barely ahead of the Bellingham Bells, who last year were 33-21. One game back of the Riverhawks, but it didn't matter. Bells traveled up to Edmonton. There was a lightning delay during that game. Bells got it done. Bryce Johnson now batting. He was a member of that 2024 team. Johnson not with the Bells last year, but he's back now for the 2026 season. 1 of 2 tonight. Runners at first and second. 0-1 on Bryce. Breaking pitch. High chopper to the third baseman, Munoz. Charges and throws across the diamond. Only has a play for 1. As that'll be a productive ground out from Johnson, but 2 outs in the 6th. Turning things to the top of the order in Rashad Hayes, with Moss at third and Peschke at second. Rashad Hayes will step up for Bellingham. 1 of 3 so far tonight. Looking to give the Bells the lead as the go-ahead run is at third. In a 4-4 tie, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs for the Stanford infielder, Rashad Hayes. Two-out breaking pitch. First pitch swinging a grounder to Munoz. Long throw across the diamond, but on a line straight to Gonzalez's glove at first. And 2 stranded for Bellingham in the 6th. Keep us tied at 4 into the 7th.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Mar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay ever strong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Into the 7th inning here at Joe Martin Field, a 4-4 tie between the Bellingham Bells and the Edmonton Riverhawks as we head into the 7th. Jamison Connolly still out there in relief for the Bells. He pitched a perfect 1-2-3-6 to get his relief outing starting, his first one at home. He's tasked with keeping this game even at a 4-4 tie. First of 3 between the Bells and Riverhawks. Heffler, Middlemiss, and Green, the batters due up for Edmonton in the inning. Starting off with Heffler, who came through with an RBI knock in the 3rd inning that gave the Riverhawks their initial 1-0 lead. That since erased and now drawn into a 4-4 tie as the right-handed batting center fielder faces Connolly for the first time. And on the first pitch, he swings and fouls it off to the right side. Cassie ranging in foul territory, but watching that ball get into Bellingham's bullpen for strike 1. Right now, around the West Coast League, obviously a lot of things in play, especially for the North Division. Kelowna up 9-1 over the Port Angeles Lefties in the bottom of the 7th. Wenatchee up 5-2 over the Victoria Harbor Cats in the bottom of the 6th. Kamloops leading the Nanaimo Night Owls 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th. And then, of course, our score here, 4-4, even between Edmonton and Bellingham. Down south, we have the 4 teams in the South Division all locked up for the playoffs: Corvallis, Ridgefield, Portland, and Walla Walla. There can still be some reshuffling around in the South, because when you look at the full season standings, the Portland Pickles at 26-25 are 3 games back of Corvallis, who's 29-22. Then you have Ridgefield at 30, Ridgefield and Walla Walla at 30-21. Ridgefield did guarantee itself the first seed, but as far as the second seed goes, right now it's Corvallis trying to get that. They're 16-8 in the second half. Walla Walla's 15-9, and Portland's 15-12. So Portland has actually finished their second half, I guess. No, because they must have had rescheduled games, because in the first half of the season they only played 24. Portland has a little bit of an extra opportunity to try and gain some wins for a second half title, although they still rest a couple wins back, as Heffler looks at strike 3 dropped in there from Connolly. It'll be a strikeout, his second, to start off the 7th inning with the first out. Bringing up Mitchell Middlemiss, who's 0 of 3 with a pair of strikeouts. So the second half title still in play for the South Division. That's been locked up by Wenatchee in the North. Wenatchee winning both the first and second halves, meaning that when it comes to determining the number 2 seed in the playoffs, it just defaults to the overall record, which right now the Bellinghams hold at 34-17, and they've locked up that second seed. Bells are still in the lead, say if it was to just be the second best team in the second half that got the 2 seed. They have a 2-game lead on that over the Nanaimo Night Owls. But I do like the ruling where if the first half and second half champs are just the same, let's just default to the full season, because the Bells had a great first half. I mean, we were tied with the Wenatchee Apple Sox in the first half at 19-8, and we kind of are getting rewarded as a result of that, with Wenatchee still winning the second half. 0-2 the count on Middlemiss after the strikeout. This is a ground ball to the left side. Johnson slides down from third. Low throw. Cassie on one hop gets it, and that's the second out on a nice play across the diamond from the third baseman to the first baseman. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th for Jamison Connolly, who has retired his first 5 he's faced in relief. Now Jason Green, who's working on a pair of hits, is next up. Both times he has reached on singles, but has been left on base. He's 2 for 3 as the left-handed batting catcher faces Jamison Connolly for the 7th with 2 outs. First pitch, a low miss into Green. Jason Green, initially out of Georgetown High School in Ontario. His father, Curtis, was a baseball player at Troy University. Green has spent his whole career at Niagara, getting 33 at-bats as a freshman, getting 2 home runs of his 10 hits. Then, in 44 games as a sophomore, hit 13 bombs and had a .270 average. This past year, 7 homers and a .254 average. This is a ground ball to the right side. Cassie on a backhand will underhand toss to Connolly. Another close throw from Cassie from first, but once again the pitcher gets to it. Had something similar happen back when Nichols was dealing through his start, but it's another 1-2-3 inning pitched by Jamison Connolly, and we will stretch here in Bellingham.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. So we have stretched, and we'll now head into the bottom of the seventh. You can even see the fans actually stretching in the seventh inning stretch. That's hilarious. Bottom of the seventh, 4-4 is your tie right now between the Edmonton Riverhawks and the Bellingham Bells. Edmonton goes to their bullpen in the seventh as Spencer Mueller will take over as a left-hander from Cuyahoga Community College, relieving Hudson Kazaki. Goshinko will lead things off. He doubled his last time up, so a good chance for Bells to try and get something started to break this even 4-4 tie. Bells don't really have much to play for. We're kind of just playing spoiler at this point. Already have the 2 seed locked up. Already have the fact that if we go to the championship game, that's locked up. We can't overtake the Apple Sox for the number 1 seed overall because they have a 4-game lead over us. So at this point, Bellingham's just playing spoiler. Right now in a 4-4 tie against the Riverhawks, trying to knock them out. But the Riverhawks trying to stay in. And Schinkel starts off his at-bat with a pair of strikes. That one foul ball. Gets off the left side of the field for strike 2. And 0-2 for the first batter faced for Spencer Mueller in relief. Hudson Kozicki goes an inning and a third of relief following the 4 2/3 inning start from Jack Decker. That low pitch from Schinkel is ball 1. Kozicki in relief allowed 1 hit and 1 walk for no runs against him. All of the 4 runs to Bellingham scored against the starter. Schinkel pops it up left side for Munoz. Just off the left side of your screen, he's got the first out. Foul ball pop-up. And now Noah Cassie up. Cassie working on a 1-of-3 night. Drove in a run, the Bells' first run of the game in the third. So he swatted Dylan Moss home with a single. Pair of groundouts otherwise for Cassie. This first pitch hit foul to the left side. The throw from the left-hander, Mueller in. Mueller on the season, 6 innings thrown for Edmonton, 9 runs allowed in that time on 8 hits and 5 walks. His ERA 13.5. Cassie thought about going and was in the strike zone, so it wouldn't matter either way. It's 0-2. 3 strikeouts for Mueller in 6 innings pitched. This is his 5th appearance of the year. With 1 out. Left-hander home to Cassie in an 0-2. That in the dirt and bounced away for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Outside, good height, but badly placed. As it's just wide for ball 2. Cassie looking to break the even 4-4 tie. Left-handers 2-2 to the first baseman is low for ball 4. Cassie sporting a .410 on-base percentage for the Bells. Drawing 24 walks. It's the most on the team. Obviously comes with the second most games played. But here's the 3-2 to him. That'll be walk number 25 to Cassie. And it's the first walk by Mueller in relief, just the second here by the Riverhawks pitching staff. The starter, Becker, did not allow a walk in 4 2/3. Kozicki in relief gave up 1 to Tyler Peschke. And now Noah Cassie reaches on the free pass, facing Spencer Mueller. Nate Johnson with the go-ahead run now on base for the Bells, and 1 out. First pitch swinging and a foul ball from Johnson. It'll be strike 1. 14 RBI on the season for Johnson as he plays his 32nd game of the year. All 32 have been starts for Bellingham. Oh, and 1 got him jammed and popped up for the catcher Green, right by the Wiku Diamond logo. Green will give way to Gonzalez, the first baseman, who catches the second out in his glove. 2 outs for Matt Churchill. He can make this night really special right here. The 2-run homer already special enough for Churchill. Home run number 6. And Bell's looking for a way to break up the even 4-4 tie against the Riverhawks. These two teams have some history when it comes to tie games. Talk about last season. These two teams played an 18-inning game up in Edmonton. Churchill, first pitch swinging, towering fly ball to Middlemiss, but too shallow, and Middlemiss has the catch for the out. That puts the 7th inning away and sends us into the 4th, still even.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Into the 8th inning, it's a 4-4 even tie still between the Riverhawks and Bells. Jamison Connolly so far untouched through 2 innings of relief for Bellingham in his first home appearance. Impressing in front of the big crowd here on Taylor Swift Night, which has become an annual celebration here in Bellingham. And Gonzalez will do the leading off for the Riverhawks in the 8th. Omar Gonzalez tonight hitting his first 2 trips to the plate, struck out in his last. 2 of 3 with a double and a run scored. Batting here for the Riverhawks, trying to break up the 4-4 tie. That's a big swing. Caught on one hop, though, by Peschke, the shortstop, and then he retires. Gonzalez, 102 miles an hour off the bat of the first baseman, but it's an out. And that's just baseball. You see base hits go about 60 miles an hour off the bat sometimes, or you can have ground balls that are 100 plus and still result in an out. Do everything right and still fail. That's how Gonzalez is feeling. As now Easton Andrews will look for his first hit, 0 of 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. Haven't had any runs since the 5th when Bellingham tied the game. And Andrews' first pitch swinging is a pop-up. Dylan Moss with the catcher mask still on will watch it go. Just foul. So 0-1 the count on Andrews after that foul ball. Went out in the top of the 8th. Connolly, 7 straight retired in relief. Whoa, way wild as he lost the grip of that one. I'm surprised TrackMan even picks up that 57 miles an hour. That means if I threw, I could probably register. How fast do you think you can throw a baseball? I'd love to hear. Talking to someone that had one of the radars at a fair event, and they were saying that they were the fastest person of their group, and they were only throwing like 48 miles an hour. As an adult, I feel like you got to be able to get over 50. I'm not sure though. I've never done it. Never thrown with a radar. Andrews ropes this straight into the glove of Hayes at second base. My goodness, unlucky results for the Riverhawks. It's 100 miles an hour off Andrews' bat. He had 102 result in a ground out. That time 101 results in a line out. And it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the 8th. Dylan Chop, the left fielder now for the Riverhawks, batting with 2 outs in the 8th. Chop tonight 0 of 2 with a sac bunt. Foul tip to him is strike 1. So it's 8 straight sat down by Connolly in relief, keeping the game at a 4-4 tie ever since he took over in the 6th, following the Bells tying it in the 5th. Edmonton without a base runner since the leadoff man in the 5th inning, who reached on a hit against Adam Jay. If you combine between Jay and Connolly, this is shot out to right field, dropping in for a base hit. So that will end the streak for Jamison Connolly. Was just about to say that if you combine the two, 11 straight retired. But there it is, a single breaking up the good streak on the mound for Bellingham. And it does extend the 8th inning for the Riverhawks, who now have the go-ahead run in the top of the 8th. Go-ahead runner on for Edmonton for Devin Simonton. He's gone 0 of 3 as tonight's second baseman for the Riverhawks. 2 outs, Connolly's pitch. Down the heart of the plate at 81 for strike 1. Oh, 1 fouled away from Simonton, and now Connolly a strike away from stranding that tying run on base for the Riverhawks. Oh, 2 with the runner at first. Chop at first. Low pitch blocked by Moss behind home plate. Riverhawks 27-24 on the year, tied for 4th in the North Division. Right now, sitting in a playoff spot. A win tonight does them a lot of help, though, down the stretch with only 2 games remaining after tonight. That is strike 3 in there on Simonton. Connolly caps off 3 scoreless innings with a strikeout, exiting the 8th with a 4-4 tie between the Bells and Riverhawks.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Into the bottom of the 8th inning here at Joe Martin Field. We're stuck in a 4-4 tie right now over the last 2 innings. It's been scoreless between these two squads. For a second, we're going back and forth from the 3rd to the 5th, but now even at 4 runs each, Dominic Keebon will start off the 8th inning for Bellingham's offense, facing that same lefty, Spencer Mueller, out there for the Riverhawks after only allowing 1 base runner in the 7th. That's strike 1 low. Keebon a hit in 3 trips to the plate. Singled and stole a base in the 4th, was left on second base in that inning. He's a good guy to get on base to try and break up this tie. His ability to run. Big swing out to left center. It's holding up in the air a bit too long as Chop makes the catch into the left center field gap. That one just needed to get down a little bit more if Keebon wanted the hit. Instead, it's a fly out for the first out, and Dylan Moss is up. Moss picked up his first hit of the night in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Mueller's 1-out pitch home to the right-handed batting catcher. A big swing and a miss on strike 1. Moss can hit it hard. We saw the 100-mile-an-hour single for him in the 6th inning. Was left at third base, though, in that inning. The Bells left 2 runners on in the 6th with the chance to go ahead over Edmonton. Swing and a miss from Moss. Ball and 2 strikes. Ball and 2 strikes from Mueller home to Moss. Put in play to the right side. Simonton, the second baseman, with a low throw to put away Moss at first. 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the 8th inning for Spencer Mueller. Tyler Peschke hoping to maybe give the Bells some 2-out magic here in the bottom of the 8th. If not, the Bells will have to do it, trying to walk things off in the bottom of the 9th from here on out. Swing and a miss from Peschke is strike 1 to get him started with 2 down. After the miss, now the 1-1 to Peschke. Foul ball from the shortstop. Ball and 2 strikes as Peschke tonight without a hit, 0-2 with a walk. Tonight, every Bellingham Bell has reached safely at least once. Of the 8 hits that the Bells have on offense, they've been pretty spread out. Everyone with at least 1 hit except for Tyler Peschke. There's a swing and a miss, and that finishes the 8th. 1-2-3, down go the Bells. Spencer Mueller sends us to the 9th, tied 4-4.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. This is the 9th inning of a North Division showdown here on a Monday night in the West Coast League. We're even 4-4. These two teams trying to decide this game, one of a 3-game series in the final frame. If not, we're headed to extras. So far, the offense is quiet since the 5th. Riverhawks haven't scored since the 4th when they posted a 3-run inning. And it's mainly been because Jamison Connolly in relief has had 3 scoreless frames with only 1 base runner allowed across them. Foul ball to begin the top of the 9th as it's Aiden Munoz starting things off for the Edmonton Riverhawks. 9, 1, and 2 hitters are coming up for the visitors here in this close game as the Riverhawks look to rally. Breaking pitch swung on and missed from Munoz to make it 0-2. 3 strikeouts, 1 in each inning pitch so far for Connolly in relief as he continues to get stretched out here, pitching into the 9th. After going into the 3rd inning in his first appearance, he's providing good bulk relief now. On an 0-2, though, he misses near the feet of Munoz. 42 pitches for Connolly, 28 of them strikes. Yet to walk a batter and only 1 hit surrendered. Still ahead in the count, 1-2, despite the miss. Here is his 1-2 delivery. Leadoff man Munoz able to put away a foul ball to see another pitch. Top of the order, and Fox is on deck for the Riverhawks here in the 9th. 1-2 from Connolly. High and away miss from the fastball at 85 from Connolly. Upstairs and away to Munoz, the 3rd baseman, who has struck out, walked, and grounded out. Scored a run and stole a base in the 4th after walking. Now here's the 2-2. Another foul ball continues to work here in the 9th. Riverhawks at this point just trying to get Connolly out the game probably. See if they can fare better against whoever follows. Bell's letting this right-hander ride into the 9th. 2 balls and 2 strikes against his first batter in the inning. Munoz making it a tough job to put him away despite going down 0-2 early. Now a 2-2. Fouled off. Another late swing from Munoz. An outside pitch that he chased, but was able to get the bat to it to stay alive in the even count. Connolly will walk back up onto the hill, clear the rubber from the debris. Get settled on the center of the mound. Looking in at Dylan Moss, the catcher, as he tries to throw down a sign that could get Munoz down here to start the 9th inning. Looking for another put-away pitch, 2-2. Upstairs and a miss on the fastball. A 5'9" 3rd baseman. So a full count. This could be a great at-bat right here. Munoz reaches as the bottom of the order hitter to start the 9th inning. Connolly has to step off. Connolly back onto the mound. Got to go quick. And he sped himself up. I think he was in danger of a potential pitch clock violation. The umpire was kind of giving him a signal to hurry up. And Dylan Moss, I think, didn't have the correct sign Now he will go talk with his pitcher. It is a leadoff walk for Munoz, though, to put the lead runner at first base. Jackson Fox now, top of the order hitter who has 2 hits in the night. No outs will bat. Moss and Connolly talking things over at the mound. Munoz not the guy you want to have on first base. I mean, we've mentioned throughout the game tonight the steals, 31 collegiately, a school record. Now you put him at first. He's yet to successfully steal a base, though, in the WCL. He's 0 of 4 on his tries. First pitch is a strike into Fox, and Connolly gets himself on track. After strike 1, Connolly, a pickoff throw to first where Munoz is back safely following his full count walk to put him at first in the 9th. Oh, and 1. Munoz thought about running. Pulled back, though. Fox swung through strike 2, so now 0 and 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Munoz, the lead of first. Connolly, the look into Moss. Tosses the sign on his chest. The 0-2. In the dirt, Moss blocks it. Here's Connolly's 1-2. That bounced. Spinning. Johnson is just going to leave it, and it's a fair ball. Riverhawks with some luck on their side on that one, as an awkward way to keep that ball in play, but Fox finds a way as it just bounces right in front of home plate. Not enough spin on it on the turf field to get out of play. No one up in Bellingham's pen right now, so it is going to be on Connolly to try and keep the 9th inning tied. The go-ahead run for the Riverhawks is now at second base. And Edmonton will call time to discuss some base running strategy. Heffler is the man who's due up to bat here. Does have a pair of hits, but you wonder if the Riverhawks want to bunt and put 2 in a scoring position, which would be your first out on a sacrifice bunt, meaning that a sacrifice fly does score you the go-ahead run. And at that point, do you trust whoever's closing the 9th inning to keep Bellingham away from scoring a run? And we've seen the Riverhawks early in the game try and lay down a sac bunt. It worked 1 out of 2 times that they've done it. The time that it did work, it led to a run. That was in the 4th inning when Chop laid down the sac bunt, leading to the 2 RBI single from Fox later down in the 4th. Sac bunt also allowed a run to score from third after a wild pitch, so you also bring that into play where you now have some pressure on the pitcher to make sure he doesn't throw it to the backstop. Then you could take the lead that way. We'll see what the decision was. Bell's corner infielders are in. Middle plane straight up for the double play. He'll swing at the first one and is all over it, hitting it straight at the coach. I don't think that's what they talked about. Hey, hit it straight to me where I have to dodge out of the way. It's the first strike in on Heffler to start his at-bat. Connolly set for an 0-1 with runners at first and second. No down in the top of the 9th. Now he shows bunt. Pitch is low. This is for ball 1. It's Cassie, the first baseman, playing in to field the bunt, so Rashad Hayes, the second baseman, will have to cover behind him with a right-handed batter up. Even 1-1 pitch home. Runner's going. Bouncing ball up the middle. With the hit and run, it'll take away the double play chance, so it's not a sacrifice bunt, but almost functions the same way with a 6-3 ground out, moving both runners up. As Munoz goes to third, Fox heads to second, and now the Riverhawks have the go-ahead run on third base in the top of the ninth inning for Mitchell Middlemiss. Middlemiss played 40 games with the Riverhawks last season. Played 39 games for the Nanaimo Night Owls in 2024. His third WCL summer as he looks for his first hit in the game. He's gone 0 of 4. 2 in scoring position. All he has to do is get the ball into the outfield. The Bells shift their infield in to play for, of course, that lead runner. Double play taken out of order as well with the force out only at first base. So that can't get you out of this. Connolly's got to do work. Mitchell Middlemiss trying to do his own. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Half-hearted try from Middlemiss. He's 0 of 4 with 2 strikeouts and some at-bats that have looked pretty uncompetitive so far from the right fielder. Could all be wiped away in the memory, though, if he delivers the big hit for the Riverhawks here in the ninth inning. Riverhawks on a cusp of the West Coast League playoffs. This one pulled into the dirt, gets away. Moss will not get it in time, and in slides the go-ahead run on a wild pitch. Munoz scoring on another wild pitch that cost the Bellingham Bells a run, this time in the ninth inning, and it's a 5-4 lead for the Riverhawks. Four wild pitches tonight have helped Edmonton take free bases. Twice it's led to a run. Now the 1-2 from Connolly. Middlemiss takes called, strike 3 on the outside. So the strikeout does give Connolly the second out, and that was much needed because Fox also moved up to third base on the wild pitch, meaning that a sacrifice could have added to Edmonton's lead. It's already up to 1. That keeps you out of the sacrifice play, making it a 2-run difference as you head into the bottom of the ninth. But now Jason Green, who's working on a pair of hits tonight, a chance to add to Edmonton's lead, give them a little bit of run support. As you imagine, they're going to go to one of their closers in relief. Logan Colville has the most saves on the team, as does Christian Garcia, both with 2 for the Riverhawks. They got someone warming up. Can't tell who it is out there, though. Ball 1 into Green from Jamison Connolly gets it started against the Edmonton Riverhawks cleanup batter. The lead now 5-4 for Edmonton with the run in to score here in the top of the ninth. 2 outs as Connolly deals to Edmonton's catcher. Home in a 1-0. Swing and a miss from Green at the pitch low. Ball, strike 1. 1-1. Low miss to Green. Ball 2 and a pump fake from Moss. Back to the runner at third. Fox a little bit too far off the bag to the catcher's liking. How about Munoz, the bottom of the order hitter? Pair of walks tonight. Scored a run both times when walking. Clutch walk to start off the ninth. Scoring on that wild pitch. Give the Riverhawks the 5-4 lead. What feel like must-win games for Edmonton here in Bellingham. This would be the perfect start to the 3-game series, taking the first. Makes you breathe a little bit easier knowing that you at least got 1 win in your back pocket, helping you try to advance to the playoffs. Right now sitting at a 27-24 record. 3-1 pitch to Green. It's another miss. Moss able to glove that one and keep it from getting away. But it is the second walk in the frame and puts runners on the corners after walking Green. Omar Gonzalez will bat for the Riverhawks in a 5-4 lead for the visitors. Two outs and runners at first and third. Cassie is going to hold the runner at first. It feels like an interesting defensive play with 2 outs in the inning. But with the right-handed batter up, might as well. You'd really have to push it out into right field to get a hit through that gap. Cassie leaves, and strike one called in on Gonzalez. Did not agree on the low ball. First baseman back in the batter's box. He's 2 of 4 tonight. Connolly dealing on the mound in an 0-1 count. 2 down in the top of the ninth. This one just blooped out into shallow left, playable for the shortstop Tyler Peschke, who makes the catch. But Edmonton does get 1 run in the ninth, and their lead is 1, 5-4. Bellingham has 3 outs to tie or take the lead.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Entering the bottom of the ninth inning, the Edmonton Riverhawks hold a 5-4 advantage over your Bellingham Bells after the 1 run in the top of the ninth, scoring on a wild pitch. It's Munoz touching home for the Riverhawks to give them a 5-4 lead. And now Christian Garcia tasked with the final 3 outs. Bryce Johnson, Rashad Hayes, and Bo Schinkel are the last 3 tries for Bellingham. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a bottom of the ninth here at home. Bellingham is either taking their wins too easily or just going into the bottom of the ninth uncompetitively. But a close battle in the bottom of the ninth is what we've got. Bells trailing by 1. Maybe some drama here. Last time we had a walk-off was Bryce Johnson hitting a walk-off, in fact. He can't do that here as the leadoff man, but he can get us started. Bryce Johnson, I think, was the last walk-off when he delivered it against the Nanaimo Night Owls back in June. He'll try and spark the rally. The local Meridian product starts us off. The right fielder, 1 of 3 tonight, as Garcia's first pitch into Johnson is strike 1. Garcia, you can call him the closer for the Riverhawks. 2 saves in 8 appearances. 1.35 ERA in 6 2/3 with 10 strikeouts of his 26 batters he's faced. Bryce Johnson off the inside of the hands for an 0-2 deficit. 91-mile-an-hour pitch there. He relieves Spencer Mueller, who goes 2 frames of relief in the 7th and 8th, tossing them both scoreless, only allowing 1 walk. Garcia settled on the rubber for an 0-2 against Bellingham's leadoff bat in the 9th. Bryce Johnson twirling the bat, waiting for the 0-2. 0-2 comes, and Johnson swings through a strike. It's a strikeout to start the 9th. The Riverhawks a third of the way there. So the top of the order, Rashad Hayes 1 for 4 tonight. He's the tying run. Bellingham just needing a base runner with 1 out. Riverhawks 2 outs away from the first win in the series. Bell's 8-game win streak on the line here on this Monday night. Hayes takes the first pitch as a breaking ball low and inside. Hayes off the inside of his bat on the 1-0 pitch. Barehand play from Fox. He gets it in time. Oh, a heck of a defensive play by the shortstop for Edmonton. The barehand grab and the rip across to first. An impressive display by the Riverhawks, who are now an out away from the win. Bo Schinkel is the last out for Bellingham. Garcia an out away from a 1-2-3 save here in the ninth. Garcia set for his matchup against Schinkel. The first pitch in, a low one. Strikeout to Bryce Johnson. Jackson Fox with that awesome defensive play, but 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. 1-0 coming to Schinkel. Lines it. Fox on a dive. Can't get it off the tip of his glove and into center field. Almost made back-to-back defensive plays to earn the win. But it's a base hit in the ninth with 2 outs. And hold on, the tying run at the plate. Go-ahead run coming up for Bellingham in the form of Noah Cassie. The 3-time Bellingham Bell, the West Coast League All-Star. Working on 1 hit and a walk tonight as we go down to the wire in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. Riverhawks trying to hold on to the 1-run lead. Can Cassie deliver the hit that the Bells need to walk this game off, or just keep the baton moving to Nate Johnson, who's in the on-deck circle? First pitch to Cassie. Attacks it on the ground. Foul, though, down the third base side. And it's strike 1. Garcia allows his base runner with 2 outs in the ninth. Schinkel's got speed as that tying run. It would be risky to throw him in motion, of course, but you do take away the force play if you get him to second base. The team leader in steals is Schinkel with 11. He's been caught twice, though. Noah Cassie batting with 1 out, or 2 outs and 1 strike, excuse me. Schinkel thought about going as the breaking pitch is low. It's ball 1 to Bellingham's first baseman. Cassie delivered 1 walk-off for the Bells during the 2025 season. Can he do it here in 2026? 1-1 from Garcia. Bounced. Schinkel taking off for second. Green will not throw. The tying run is in scoring position on the wild pitch. Don't need the walk-off hit from Cassie. At this point, a base hit could tie the game with Schinkel's speed. Gets into the outfield. We could be headed to extras maybe. 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. Garcia, though, trying to close out his 3rd save. Trying to close out a win for the Riverhawks. Fighting for a postseason berth is Edmonton. A win would go a long way here tonight for them. Bellingham's already locked up. Just trying to play spoiler. Here's a 2-1 to Cassie. Inside of his bat, strike 2. Late on the 90-mile-an-hour pitch. Coming in from the right-hander Garcia out of University of San Diego. Two and 2 on Cassie with 2 down. Tying run at second in the bottom of the ninth. A 5-4 lead for the Riverhawks. Go-ahead run at the plate in Noah Cassie. Garcia hunting his final strike. The stretch and the 2-2 home. is outside. Strike 3 called. The Bells go down looking in the 9th inning, and the Riverhawks take it 5-4, escaping the 9th inning on an outside called strike 3. The fastball in rings up Cassie for the final out, and Garcia claims the save for a Riverhawk victory. Drama down the stretch, but it is the Riverhawks that get a much-needed win here in Bellingham as they take game 1 of the 3-game set. Tomorrow, these two teams clash once more at 6:35. If you're not able to make it to the ballpark, we enjoy you joining us here on the Bellingham Bells YouTube channel. I'm Zen Hill. Thanks for sticking with us through this fun night. We'll go through the post-game stats when we return.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
A huge win for the Edmonton Riverhawks tonight over your Bellingham Bells. 5-4, the Riverhawks take it, moving them just a step closer to a potential playoff berth. Although the Kelowna Falcons did win tonight 10-4. The Wenatchee Apple Sox looking like they're going to win over Victoria 5-2. Nanaimo leading Kamloops 8-6. So all the teams that are in the mix right now, except for Victoria, looking like they're going to have wins. A win for Nanaimo makes them 29-23. Which would be the same record as the Riverhawks and also as the Kelowna Falcons. But the caveat is that the Nanaimo Night Owls have one less loss than the... Is that right? Than the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats. Things are getting real murky here. There's so many teams in the mix that it's like, what tiebreaker goes to this person? What do they have that gets them over it? Okay, so yes, the The Nanaimo Night Owls are going to improve to 29-23. That would put them still at the 3 seed. Riverhawks, with their win tonight, has them still at the 4 seed because they have the tiebreaker over Kelowna because those two teams are even. So Nanaimo and Kelowna both looking like they're going to advance to 28 win, or Kelowna and Edmonton both advancing to 28-24 as their record, whereas Nanaimo still stays a game up on them with their 29th win. But Edmonton has the Kelowna tiebreaker, and now Victoria is going to fall to 2 games out of a playoff spot, almost eliminating them with their game out in Wenatchee just about finishing up. But here in Bellingham, it was a 5-4 win for the Riverhawks. On offense, Jackson Fox for the visitors went 3 for 5, driving in 2, had a double, scored a run. Justin Heffler, 2 of 5 with an RBI. Jason Green, 2 for 4. Omar Gonzalez went 2 of 5 with a double and a run scored. Easton Andrews scored once. Dylan Chop had a hit. Aiden Munoz walked twice and scored 2 runs, including the game-winning run in the 9th inning, scoring on the wild pitch. The winning pitcher is Spencer Mueller, taking over for the 7th and 8th innings. Was the pitcher when the Riverhawks took the lead in the top of the 9th, so he'll get his first win of the year. Christian Garcia closes out the save in the 9th for his 3rd of the year, striking out 2 batters, including the final strike 3 called against Noah Cassie to finish it. The losing pitcher on Bellingham's side goes to Jameson Connolly, and it's a bummer that he gets lost because it was pretty good for 4 innings of work. He gave up 1 run in 4 relief innings, had 4 strikeouts to 2 walks and 2 hits issued to the Harbor Cats. He'll have a 1-1 record after tonight. Offensively for the Bells, 9 hits on offense. Rashad Hayes, 1 of those. Bo Schinkel, 2 with a run scored and a double. Noah Cassie, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Nate Johnson goes 1 of 3 with a run scored. Churchill going 1 of 4 with a 2-run homer and a run scored. Romnick Keebon 1 for 4. Dylan Moss 1 for 4 with a run. Bryce Johnson 1 for 4 as well. Caden Nichols was the starter for 3 innings, gave up 1 run. Ryder Dingsdale surrendered 3 in the 4th. Adam J had a scoreless 5th inning. And then the first 3 innings of relief from Jameson Connolly from the 6th to 8th were all scoreless, but it was the 1 run in the 9th inning scoring off the leadoff walk, followed by the single to Fox, then the wild pitch to score the winning run for the Riverhawks in the 5-4 victory tonight. So now Edmonton and Bellingham will face off tomorrow. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Only 2 more days left in the regular season. Riverhawks with the win tonight. Good position to earn a playoff berth, but it's still up in the air with 2 games left. We'll see how things go tomorrow. Hope you join us here on the YouTube channel. Thanks for all the viewership tonight. Really appreciate it. Viewing from up in Edmonton, providing you the YouTube live stream now here in Bellingham. Glad to bring you a nice broadcast here on YouTube. And hope you enjoyed the 5-4 win for your Riverhawks. Bells trying to bounce back. All you Bellingham Bells fans, we'll see you tomorrow as well. 6:35 here. I'm Zen Hill, and as always, have a good night and go Bells.